AirPods.
Oh no, we live. We live. We live.
Yeah.
Flex on him, Quincy. Let that motherfucker know it ain't sweet down there.
Oh man.
We finally won a game. I was so glad they got over 30 this week because the stupid fucking shit I heard after Thursday night football. Oh my God.
Man.
People was acting stupid. Like, just dumb. Can we address that real quick before we put Curtis on trial?
Hold on. Or should we just get the Curtis trial out the way?
Let's get out the way, man. Let's get out the way. Flex on him, Quincy.
Oops,
let that
wrong
motherfucker
button.
know it ain't sweet down there.
Curtis is on trial. Okay. Who you want me to judge, Cole?
Yeah, I could be the judge.
You
I
could
feel
be
like
the
I'm
impartial?
I feel like I'm impartial and fair.
No, I've been prosecuting this case since the beginning. Okay. Before we had evidence of what Curtis was doing to the Geno Smith, But first, I'll let Curtis, the accused, okay, I'll let him plead his case. Curtis, in the case of ruining the career of one Geno Arnold Smith, explain your plea of not guilty.
Look, I have been saying stun on them hoes, Geno, since they moved off of Russell Wilson back in 2023, 2022-ish. It all came crashing down on Monday night.
Evidence? Can we produce the evidence of these tweets of stun on them Genos before this?
No, Ray Rags, he's gonna probably sell me out anyway, but that's neither here or there. I've been saying stun on them hoes, Geno, every day. Not every day, because the stun on them hoes, it ended after that debacle against the Indianapolis Colts. Okay. I've been saying stun on them hoes for Geno for a while now. And for good reason. He was stunned on them hoes until he got traded and things got worse.
Can you explain why you accuse John Rivers?
Because that man has ruined a lot of teams for me.
How did he specifically ruin Geno Smith for you?
Because it all started with Jackson Smith and Jigba. That's when it started. That's when it kickstarted. That's when it kickstarted.
Please explain this. Please explain this for those who do not know why it is that you're blaming him for Jackson Smith and Jigba.
So back when I think when they hired Shane Waldron as the offensive coordinator, everybody was mad about why isn't Jackson getting the ball? Why isn't he getting the ball? And I'm like, maybe because the offensive line isn't that great and Shane Waldron's play calling is inconsistent. So the way that they were calling the plays, of course, Jackson wasn't getting the ball enough. So I figured, it's going to take some time. It never materialized. Of course, last year, Ryan Grubb, it materialized a little bit, but he didn't get the targets that he needed in certain areas. I'm like, okay, I see what's going on.
Okay, I want to stop you right there. What does this have to do with John Rivers?
That man started he was telling Geno to force feed him that ball, man. That's when it all went downhill.
The same Jackson Smith and Jigba that is currently leading the NFL in receiving yards.
Yeah, he's been cooking. So, I ain't going on.
So John might have been on to something.
Maybe not, but still, there were moments when Geno was just forcing the ball where it doesn't need to be, specifically in the red zone. Like his red zone possessions were so bad. Like every time he gets in the red zone, it's either a negative play or he's doing some bullshit. And I blame the beignet man for that.
What's your problem with beignets?
Because we traded him to New Orleans, man. You ain't been following on Twitter. We traded.
That's not the question.
Okay.
What is your problem with beignets?
What's wrong with them? Nothing's wrong with them.
They're a delicious snack
that people in the French Quarter eat.
Sometimes outside the French Quarter, they got good beignet shops in Mobile, Alabama as well. Sometimes in the Southeast.
Well, they don't have any beignet shops in Cleveland, as far as I know.
Did you look?
Well, they have two New Orleans restaurants. There's two New Orleans restaurants. Well, New Orleans themed restaurants in Cleveland. I had some beignets last week. They were delicious.
Is Curtis done with the? Does Curtis rest his case?
Are you done?
I rest my case.
Okay.
I would like to point out that the defense, for their defense of cursing Geno Smith, brought up beignets, brought up Jackson Smith and Jigba, brought up everything but goddamn Geno Smith in their defense. Did not offer one tangible piece of evidence to suggest that they not be culpable. I would like to submit Exhibit A, the hoodie, the Curtis hoodie, the Seahawks hoodie. Now, some of you might be saying, hey, the Seahawks are having a good year. How is this Curtis's fault? Curtis should be applauded for having that hoodie. The thing is that Curtis didn't have that hoodie on just because the Seahawks were a better team than the Cleveland Browns. Curtis had that hoodie on specifically to support his quarterback, Geno Smith. That was what Curtis was bragging about. We could go into Code's mentions and find the evidence of this. I remember the day very clearly. Some of you who watch this show also remember that day very clearly. Judge, do you remember that day clearly?
I remember that day extremely clearly.
It was very vivid. It was very vivid. He was making a point about Geno Smith. Now, do we remember the days after he wore that hoodie very clearly?
Mm-hmm.
Could you impartially describe what happened after he wore that hoodie?
I would describe it as nothing short of an unmitigated disaster.
Yes, and in that unmitigated disaster, Geno Smith, because Curtis wore the hoodie to brag about Geno Smith, was then traded to the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, did this stop Curtis's enthusiasm for Geno Smith that has already proven to hurt Geno Smith? No, it accelerated it up until the point to where we get to Monday Night Football and he says, stunt on those hoes, Geno. And I would like to put out Exhibit 2 or Exhibit B. Geno Smith, since the stunt on them hoes tweet, has lost 3 games, and my man has thrown 3 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. I submit that not only is Curtis guilty, Curtis owes restitution to Geno Smith. Curtis owes restitution to B-Jax. Curtis owes restitution to the entire state of Nevada, and that Curtis has damaged beyond belief. Brother, Kenny Pickett played in that game intentionally while Geno Smith was healthy. The only other quarterback we saw get mentioned on Sunday was Tua. You got that man in Tua town. That's what you did to him. Look, I'm not here to say that Curtis is a harbinger of such evil bad luck to call him anything but an upstanding citizen. But what I am saying is that Curtis knew his power when he said stunt on them hoes, Geno. He demonstrated that there might be a possibility of a curse. So much so that I said after he sent the tweet before the Monday Night Football game even started, you wrong as hell for saying this. He knew it. This was not a mere coincidence. People on Twitter, people watching this show, this was premeditated murder of a man's career. He knew exactly what he was doing with that tweet. And if he did not know exactly what he was doing, it was because he was malignant in that moment. Malpractice. Still irresponsible, disrespectful, and all we ended up with was the death of a prominent black quarterback. So it was also anti-black. I rest my case. Curtis,
do you have anything else you would like to say in your defense before I rule?
Saying I am anti-black against a fellow African-American quarterback in a very, I'm not even going to say the word, a very...
Work on G Herbo. Huh?
I say
you said both of it, but you only put the superpowers on the black man. G Herbo out there fine. Why? What's going on there? What's going on there, Curtis?
The thing is about Mr. Justin Herbert, also known as Jay Herbo, as I point out on Twitter, he has a far better, I wouldn't say far better, a more competent offensive situation than the one of Geno Smith. Because if you watch Justin Herbert throughout
Mm.
this season, he looks a lot better, excluding last week, than what Geno has looked the entire season. So there are so many things wrong with the Raiders right now. Their roster is not good. We can name that for sure. Geno's problem for why the offense hasn't looked great. Some of it can be on Chip Kelly, but for why the offense looks bad, it starts with the quarterback. But there are so many problems with that offense. The offensive line is not great. The skill positions banged up. They
Mm.
might get Brock Bowers back. Jacoby Myers might get traded. And I don't know what's going on with Ashton Genty.
So what
But
I'm hearing right now is that you knew that the Raiders were in a tough place for a quarterback to perform, and you still put pressure on them.
no, I didn't put pressure on him. I
Oh.
thought him going from Ryan No, not particularly.
Start on those hoes. Do whatever you want. That's what that means.
No, some of all is like proven wrong.
Prove
Show
him
out.
wrong. Put the pressure on him. So you knew he was in an adverse situation offensively. I've seen you complain about Pete Carroll a lot. And you still decided to put pressure. So were you acting in bad faith when you sent that tweet?
It wasn't in bad faith. It was in confidence because I figured, maybe Geno. I was
Some
confident
people
that
call it confidence. Some people call it recklessness. I rest my case that he is reckless. It should have his Twitter license revoked immediately. We could put the poll up in chat.
Anything else you want to say? Anything else you want to say before I rule?
I rest my case. You go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead.
Thanks. Glad we got that out the way. In the words of Uncle Ruckus, that's not gonna say the other word, is guilty. The court and this chat finds you guilty on all charges.
Mm.
We will get to sentencing at another time.
Yeah. I recommend a life with no parole sentence on any Star on them hoes tweets and a year-long moratorium on any criticism of offenses league-wide is what I recommend for the sentencing judge. We will get to the sentencing in a couple of weeks here, but that's what I recommend.
Also, this court has decided that it is mandatory that you apologize to John Rivers publicly. And me and Q will retweet these tweets so that everyone can see them.
We are John Rivers strong in this community. And I was so troubled when I opened my phone to see such, in an age of AI and disinformation, we shouldn't have to worry about the lies coming from the people when we have to fight the lies from the robots 24/7. And that's what I found to be unacceptable at this moment from Curtis, and why I think a full apology is necessary, and that you call John Rivers, by the way, John Rivers, no more beignet man. And John Rivers, effective immediately, should be reinstated. No more beignets. He back. Okay.
You lost to John Rivers, buddy.
Yeah. Tremendous L. And then you tried to paint it on John Rivers. You went first 48. That's the thing. Curtis was in that interrogation room eating McDonald's talking about, yeah, I know where John got all the bodies buried.
I wasn't eating McDonald's. They gave me Popeyes instead. And guess what? I do it again.
It wasn't even a full chicken meal. It was tenders. I was like, he sold this motherfucker.
And no tenders was good. No tenders was good.
And you snitch. Not only are you guilty, you also snitching. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's another trial. All right, Curtis. Go to holding.
I'm sorry, my lawyer. I would like to apologize to my family for my actions. This was not intent. This was not malicious, but I would be deeply sorry for my actions. This will never happen again, and I am truly disturbed by my actions, and I will take time to reflect.
I didn't hear John Rivers.
I also apologize to John Rivers.
There.
I'm sorry.
One of the great football minds of our generation.
Hall of Fame tweeter.
Hall of Fame Twitter. Give him his flowers. No, don't just apologize. Give him his flowers.
Hall of Fame tweeter.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, John Rivers. I wasn't familiar with your game. I apologize for my actions. This was not my intent, nor did I meant to say anything malicious towards you. I am sorry, Mr. John Rivers.
Apology. It wasn't your intent. It was specifically
please, somebody please clip that. Please clip that. Thank you. we gonna get a lot of use out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, crazy.
Can't believe you did that shit to him. That is crazy. Geno Smith career, it's
At least he got paid.
Get paid, brother.
At least he got his money first.
Hey. Well, my dad used to call that shit Buster Douglas, right? When somebody get that bag and then they turn into somebody else. Yeah, he got that Buster Douglas. All right, can we talk about the nonsense people were spewing on Thursday? Well, before I frame it like that, because that is unfair. You know, I want to know your thoughts on what people were saying on Thursday night.
Man, it's just one of those things where I just wish people would be normal about this whole thing. Like, can we just be normal about this season, bro? You know what the season is about, man. Like, I don't know why we have to keep rehashing it every week. They told you what it was.
What they said was like June. He's like, hey, bro, they told us.
Yeah, like we said it before the season started.
Strategic pivot like 7 months ago.
Like it's I don't know what you want me to tell you, bro. Like, they're not going to be good this year. They told us they weren't going to be good this year. And even with all of that, they're probably still going to win a lot more games than they won last year. Like, there's a legitimate chance they get like 6 wins, which is double what they had last year.
Yeah. There's something to say about that. But yeah, that's my thing was like, why was everybody in Cleveland mad about the Joe Flacco trade? Because Mike Tomlin told you to be mad about the Joe Flacco trade. Like, yeah,
it was also very obvious why he was upset.
Yeah, it was like we were upset on the Steelers' behalf. Fuck them. Like, what? Crowds do that negatively affects the Steelers is a good move in my book.
Well, first of all, it works 2 ways. One, the Steelers lost, so you've already impacted their win-loss record directly. And 2, the Bengals won, so like that hurts their draft pick going forward.
Absolutely. Okay.
And you turn a 6 into a 5th. What is what's the problem?
For a quarterback you had no interest in playing, a quarterback that the people complaining about the fucking trade didn't have any interest in trade. You were there when I was like one of the last people be like, I don't know, I still want to wait till week 6, right? And people weren't trying to hear that shit from me at all. I got a video where I'm like, I think we should wait after like week 3. Okay, it got downvoted, okay, on my channel. Like, that's how much y'all wanted Joe Flacco up out the paint. And now y'all over here on Twitter, oh man, we're letting a good quarterback go. What? If you want to use it to make a point about Kevin, fine. I think it's a little disingenuous. I don't think it's necessary. Like, you want to make a point about Kevin. make a point about Kevin. Like the games he's coaching in the last calendar year have been disencouraging enough to where you could just make the point there. But y'all talk about, oh man, look how he looks at a good offense. I'm like, he threw that bitch to Jamar Chase 28 times. Like, ain't got nothing to do with the offense. It's got everything to do with Jamar Chase went 18 of 23. I thought I was looking at rushing attempt numbers. Okay. I thought I was looking at Donovan Mitchell shooting numbers in the playoffs. Like, oh, he went 18 for 23. He shot a lot today. No, that was targets. Targets. T. Higgins had 10.
Also, we are aware that Joe had played in a game in Cincinnati before that and lost it, right? Like,
yeah, that's the weird thing. People act like he didn't lose to the Packers the week before.
like I was like, y'all know he lost the Packers.
Right? The Bengals win a game for. Like who? If we rank in rivals, we've not sweated Cincinnati ever.
We don't care. Like, we don't care.
That's not the rival we get charged up for. We be happy for Cincinnati sometimes, right? Like, so, they won a game. You helped the Bengals. I'm fine with that. Did it hurt the Steelers? Yeah, clearly it hurt the Steelers because I ain't never seen Mike Tomlin care this much about the Cleveland Browns.
And this is the thing, it was so obvious in the moment. I was like, you know why he is upset? Because he knows if they were playing Jake Browning, they would have won that game easily. Mm-hmm. No sweat. When I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna win it.
By the way, it says a lot about the Steelers that all it took was 40-year-old Joe Flacco to get him sweating. Like, that's all it took. Like you the one seed in the AFC right now. Well, before that game. And all it took to get you sweating was Andrew Berry trading a backup quarterback to the Cincinnati Bengals. A backup quarterback who justifiably got benched.
And again, lost the first game he played for them.
Yeah.
It's not listen, they couldn't cover Jamar Chase. It is what it is.
Also, I blame Kirk Herbstreit for some of this too, because Kirk Herbstreit can't wait to just love on the quarterback. He out here like, oh man, look at Joe Flacco. It's so amazing. And I'm like, brother, Jamar Chase has 18 receptions right now. This is not about Joe Flacco. This is about the dude just winning, just whipping the shit out of Jalen Ramsey. He just put belt to ass all night on Jalen. Just terrified. Okay. Every time he was in one-on-one coverage, Jalen Ramsey cooked. We out here talking about Joe Flacco.
Like, I don't
know who number one is? Like,
I don't understand it, bro.
And then I got to deal with people acting like getting a Jamar Chase is easy. Like, oh yeah, that's all we need to do is get a Jamar Chase. You mean one of the most generational wide receiving prospects we've ever seen?
Didn't he go top 3 in the draft?
Yes.
Yes, yeah. You just don't get those.
Jamar Chase.
Yeah, you don't get those. Like, something has to go extremely wrong for you to be in position to get that.
Yeah, like, you don't just walk into Jamar Chase. What are we talking about? Like, you know how good Jamar Chase is? I know people. He played at LSU at the time he played at LSU, which was one of the most stacked eras of LSU history. And I know people who played on that team who said they knew when he came from high school during the spring that he was the best player on the team. And Derek Stingley was on that fucking team. Okay. Like,
and Derek Stingley is one of the 3 best corners in the NFL.
Joe Burrow was deep. Okay. And everybody was like, oh, that's the best player on the team. Like, that guy. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like the lead got buried after Thursday Night Football because, and for whatever reason, people love to give Joe Flacco some credit here because kind of a similar thing happened when he was in Cleveland, right? In 2023, where it became all about Joe Flacco, had nothing to do with the defense behind him, like bailing him out of every interception. Like, Joe Flacco must be a really wonderful person when you meet him at these functions in the media because it's just they love that fucking guy. But yeah, it was so stupid. People mad about the trade. I'm like, when you mad about the trade, I go back 2 weeks and go tweet, the Browns are incompetent. It's malpractice that they haven't benched Joe Flacco yet. And I'm like, you wanted him to just be on the team, backing up Dillon Gabriel, acting like y'all wasn't screaming for Dillon Gabriel 3 weeks ago. Like y'all just
and now you hate Dillon Gabriel.
And now y'all hate Dillon Gabriel, by the way. Like, and I tried to tell y'all this shit would happen, and I get yelled at every time for being early. Like, I'm tired. Okay.
It's stupid. It's stupid, bro.
Yeah.
It's all stupid.
Put in Dillon Gabriel, now you're like, well, he don't throw the ball downfield. Well, shit. We told you that might happen. Like, literally, all people wanted Dillon Gabriel to come in for was not turn the ball over. He didn't turn the ball over in 3 weeks, and people were like, well, he's not Aaron Rodgers. It's like, okay. Like, goddamn. Okay. Like, are we serious? Are we fucking serious right now? I got questions this week. Why did the Browns air it out when we were up 6-24?
For what? For what reason would they do that?
I was dealing with people furious about this game. Brother, we won by 25 points. And I got somebody out here like, you're happy with mediocrity. A 25-point win is mediocrity? Hell.
You just want us to be angry 24/7? This y'all problem. You know what y'all problem is? This y'all problem. This is y'all problem. Y'all have these unrealistic expectations for this fucking football team.
I don't even. Oh, my bad.
When the same football team told you what the season was about, everybody told you what the season was about. If you were expecting anything other than that, that's on you.
I would also.
Vegas Lions had the win totals where they are. It wasn't a coincidence. Like Q was at a training camp practice. I was at a training camp practice. I'm like, yeah, they're not going to be great, but they'll be competitive. But people thinking that this team was going to be great this year, I'm like, y'all weren't paying attention, or you just lacked the self-awareness to understand what they were trying to do. Like, they're going to be ass this year.
I'm going to posit a different theory here, because I don't think the people who are upset in the mentions right now about Dillon Gabriel or the driving forces behind that rage has anything to do with has much to do with the expectations as much as it is people trying to get to something else. Right? Like, I think the driving force behind this is, and I know this because I felt this before, right? Cope, you remember when the Browns had Johnny Manziel behind Josh McCown his second year in the NFL?
Yep.
I fucking hated Josh McCown that year. I couldn't wait for Josh McCown to not play.
Oh, okay.
Because
I know where this is going.
Johnny, because I thought Johnny was going to sprinkle some magic over the season, right? I think people truly have bought in. Some people have truly bought into the idea that the only reason Shedeur had failed to the 5th round is because the NFL has a conspiracy against him. And once he gets on the field, he is going to show that he is a generational number 1 overall pick type quarterback. And they think he's going to sprinkle some magic onto this team. And that's what they want to get to. They think Dillon is holding them back. Because, like, you hear how people talk about it. The Browns can't keep going with Dillon if he's going to be average when you got Shedeur back there. I'm like, how do you know Shedeur is better than average when he hasn't beaten out Dillon? But they're not working off of that, right? They're working off of the idea that Shedeur is a number 1 overall pick. What do they call it when people make fun of folks who like side with billionaires? They say like a millionaire in a temporarily embarrassed billionaire, right? Like, that's what people say when people want to side with billionaires on stuff that clearly doesn't benefit them because they think one day they'll be a billionaire, right? I think they feel like Shedeur is a temporarily embarrassed number 1 overall pick. And that drives a lot of the energy behind it. Now, is Shedeur, if he gets in there, will he be good? I can't say one way or the other, right? I do think it does say something that Dillon beat him out. Like, if you're going to sit here and tell me how mid Dillon is and he can't throw the ball past 10 yards, you got to also ask the question and answer it without conspiracy of, okay, if that is the case, then why hasn't Shedeur beat him out?
Nobody wants to ask themselves that question.
Or they've answered it with conspiracy.
Right? Or
Right?
it's like, or you want to pretend like the Browns are setting him up to fail. Have people ever considered this? Have you ever considered that the people who see him every single day and watch him every single day and know more about what he's doing in the meeting room, on the field, in the locker room, all this stuff, know way more about it than we do? Have you ever considered maybe possibly that they are trying to protect him instead of setting him up to fail? Have you ever considered that maybe they actually have his best interest at heart, and they're not trying to put him in a situation where he's going to fail?
And look, I'm not saying blindly give the Browns the good faith here, right? Because
Of course not.
I understand why somebody would assume that the Browns, or at least question that the Browns aren't acting in good faith. But you do have to investigate it, right? And that's the thing, is like, even if you're skeptical of it, I've seen nothing tangible where I can say that was so strange that I think there might be something to this idea where they're just hesitant to play him for something other than football, right? Like, everything I've seen has been consistent with somebody picked in his draft spot. Honestly, it's actually been better than somebody picked in his draft spot if we're like comparing this to other fifth round quarterbacks, because fifth round quarterback who starts the year as a third string quarterback usually doesn't end the year as the backup quarterback. So I'm not really seeing anything. And then what I'm hearing people like fill in the gaps with is just not compelling enough to me to believe that there's some kind of conspiracy. Right. So if there's no conspiracy and he's not ahead of Dillon Gabriel, and Dillon obviously has faults in his game, but he's also not turning the ball over and not stopping you from winning at the very least. Well, then you ask yourself the question, if they thought Shedeur could help him win some games, then like, why isn't he in? You know, and the answer to that question might be, maybe they are not convinced that Shedeur is better than Dillon Gabriel at this point, which begs other questions about Shedeur. And it doesn't mean that Shedeur is never going to be good, you know, but it might just take some time with him. And maybe the Browns are the team that gets it right with him. Maybe they're not, right? Maybe he's a guy who does well on his second team or third team. But everybody is convinced on one theory with the Shedeur thing. And it's the theory that he's a temporarily embarrassed number one overall pick. And I just don't buy it. Like, I don't buy that specific theory of it. Do I think Shedeur is better than his draft position? I think you can make a solid argument for it. But do I think Shedeur is so good that it's malpractice that the Browns aren't putting him on the field right now, given what we've seen from him? I think the Browns' argument for not putting him on the field has a lot more evidence than people are willing to give it credit for. Like, we've seen stuff. Like, we've heard stuff from credible people.
Yeah, we've heard stuff from people who are extremely credible, unfortunately. Like, it's one of those things where it's just like, hey man, it really makes me wonder if people actually have his best interests at heart. Are these people who claim to be supporters and fans and advocating for him and all this other stuff? Like, I think when I see the reactions, and especially the reactions to Dillon and everything, I'm just like, I don't think you actually have his best interest at heart at all.
Ooh, about to get my grits and eggs on. Is it advocation or is it content?
It feels like content.
It seemed like content to me, right?
Like you don't actually care.
Yeah,
you don't actually care about him or his career or him trying or him being put in a position to be successful as an NFL quarterback. Like, look at that offensive line, bro. Why are you advocating so hard for him to play against with a bad offensive line They held up pretty okay against the Dolphins, but like it's the Dolphins. You know what I'm saying?
Like he wasn't playing.
Yeah, he was Dillon was getting that bitch out. I'm not gonna lie.
Big Chuck plays because he was like, I'm just getting rid of this. Like,
he literally missed a touchdown that was like in his face. I'm like, okay, the offensive line being bad has gotten to him. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
the same thing, by the way. I've made the point before the Thursday night game that the same exact thing had happened to Joe Flacco.
Yes.
Like I was like, hey, he just needs to not play for a while or go somewhere else and he'll be fine. But right now, he's so worried about the offensive line that he can't get through the progression. Right.
Yeah. It was staring Dillon in the face that Jerome Ford was open for a touchdown. And listen, the funniest part about it wasn't even any pressure. Like he had a pocket that he could have delivered that ball and got that touchdown. But it's just like
a mesh, right?
Yeah. He had it. Like it was there. There wasn't anything wrong protection wise. Like it's like, yeah, it's there.
I will also consider, because sometimes, because like whenever we do film study, it feels so absolute when you're watching it. But I've learned that the biggest thing I can underestimate is the other stuff that might lead up to that film, right? Like I've made the mistake on Perry on 1-3, for example, where I'm like, oh, the tape's amazing. Didn't pay attention to other stuff, right? Or, sometimes you ask these questions in retrospect about like different quarterbacks who did or did not have success. And I have noticed, I wonder like, hey, what are they telling him to look for in that situation? Like, I do have the fear, and this is where it gets to Kevin, right? And I think I'm gonna have a video I'm about to post probably tonight, about why it is that this game really didn't move me on Kevin Stefanski, right? But sometimes I worry that Kevin is so afraid of his quarterbacks making mistakes that he takes a lot out the offense. And I wonder if Dillon is looking a little bit worse than what he actually is right now. Because when you see him in 2 minutes and he has less restrictions on him, he looks way better. Now, some of that might be because they're finally spreading out the offense, which I do think needs to happen more. But he throws the ball downfield. Like almost all of his big chunk plays and big chunk throws have come in 2-minute drills, whether it be at the end of the quarter or the end of the game. Like he's consistently been able to produce there some of his best throws, his most accurate stuff. And I wonder how much of that is they are telling him, hey, we don't want to take a loss here or throw a turnover. So either you throw it to the drag or you run, right? Like, I don't know how safe they're being on their progressions with them, because I think it's a little bit much, right? Like, it's so safe. Sometimes you see him when he works through these progressions that it's like, I don't think that's how he plays. Like, I understand that people look at his Oregon stuff and think that that's how Dillon Gabriel plays. But that's one chapter of his college career, and that's Oregon. Every quarterback at Oregon plays like that. Even Dante Moore right now. Like, I had these arguments during the Illinois game where people were like, not the Illinois game, the Indiana game. Where people were like, all he's doing is throwing screens. I'm like, you must have never watched Oregon play football before, because like they're the most boring team to watch. I complain about it all the time. I fucking hate watching Oregon quarterbacks on film because it's boring. But they're teaching something there. But you go back, you look at his Oklahoma stuff. He's not necessarily like Mr. Checkdown, right? Like he's not afraid to throw the ball downfield. Now, some of that might be the NFL has changed it on it, but I do wonder if this is like Kevin's anxiety about turnovers manifesting itself, because I think it manifested itself on defense as well, because they weren't tackling well for like 3 weeks. And I was like, it's because they're trying to get a turnover on every play. And Kevin's like on the sideline talking, I need 2 more. Like, he is anxious about winning that turnover battle. And I feel like to a point to where it's not healthy for the team. That being said, I got my criticisms of Kevin. The offense has to be much more efficient for you to justify keeping him, because right now, the only justification I've heard is, well, maybe if we let Kevin be the CEO and hire another offensive coordinator, then maybe you could keep him. I'm not interested in that solution, because you can't hire 4 offensive coordinators in 4 seasons.
Yeah, at some point it's you.
Like the answer to the question of what's wrong with the offense either has to be you're the solution and by the end of the year, or you're the answer to what's wrong with it, right? And that's the problem the Browns are going to have to solve this offseason. Like, hey, why doesn't this offense have a floor? You know, I'm watching the run game and I look at the stats and I'm like, wow, we're seeing 56% stack boxes. And you might say, well, that's because the offense can't do nothing. And it's like, well, you look at the formations we're lining up in, and it's like you almost have to be in a stack box to defend these formations. And I think the bet from Kevin and Tommy Rees was, hey, we're going to maul teams to death. We're going to get in 12 and we're going to beat the shit out of teams. They are not good enough to do that. It's time for a little bit of a pivot. They're going to have to spread this thing out, and they're going to have to run the ball out of more spread out formations, right? Like, because right now they're just running Quinshawn into walls right now. And I know he had 80 yards.
Man,
they're running them into walls. And it's like, I'm watching it. I'm like, it's not even because the offensive line is particularly bad. It's just you're going up against 9 guys in a box every time.
There's so many run plays that are just straight up dead.
DOA.
They're just dead at the snap. Like, he has nowhere to go. The fact that he found like multiple explosive runs in that game with what they were going up against was crazy. And honestly lets me know how good Quinshawn is going to be once they figure this out and they get some new offensive linemen and everything else like that.
Ooh, get that boy some offensive linemen that can move.
It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad.
By the way, another. What the fuck is up with Chip Kelly thing, right? Like that, I'm looking at Chip Kelly a little sideways because you watch Quinshawn at Ohio State, and he's not like he looks like a different running back in the NFL than he did at Ohio State. He's patient. He has really good eyes, really good vision, right? Like I know people are giving Corey a bunch of shit for being wrong about Quinshawn, but I can't really blame him because how he was used at Ohio State. From now what we know, it's like, oh, he was used inappropriately at Ohio State.
You know what the biggest criticism of Quinshawn was coming out of college and like in the draft cycle that people were saying? You remember what that was?
Was like he just run straight.
No breakaway speed.
Oh yeah,
no breakaway speed. No breakaway speed.
So I've always contended that one because like the one example is the run against Notre Dame where he gets ran down, but like he ran a 50-yard wheel route right before that play. The brother is 220 pounds and he did get to the 2.
I was like, and then I saw him run at the combine. Obviously, I was like, he pretty fast.
It was comparable 40 to Travion, right?
Yeah. Who everybody said was the more explosive runner. And
like you watch Travion on film, and he is a more explosive runner. I just think he's a better fit for what Chip Kelly wants to do and how Chip Kelly specifically micromanages his running backs. Because you look at Quinshawn, you're like, oh, he looks completely different. And then you watch Ashton Genty in Las Vegas, and Curtis, you can come back on screen for this one because you watched that damn Raiders game. Hey, man. That don't look like the same dude that was at Boise, and I don't think it's him. The offensive line certainly isn't great.
Yeah, the Raiders, because I watched Raiders Chiefs in its entirety. The Raiders offense has been really bad this year. I don't know what's going on with it. Part of me thinks that they're missing some key guys. Like their wide receiver room is pretty much mid. There's not much there. But the running game, which a lot of people were excited about, has been underwhelming. And for whatever reason it is, Ashton Genty looks uncomfortable. And they're not using the right offensive line combinations because Jackson Powers Johnson is someone that Raiders fans have been talking about a lot. And he got benched for some reason last game, and he wasn't the problem. And a lot of people are wondering why aren't they playing him more? Because I feel if they played him more at his natural spot, which is at either guard or center, but if they played him at his natural spot, as I said, maybe the run game kicks off from there, but it's just that entire offense. There's a lot of things wrong with it. Yeah. And Genty doesn't look comfortable at all.
I'm starting to develop a take here that Chip Kelly ran off on that bag and cashed in while he could, because I'm also watching Ohio State right now going, oh, so you can't fuck this up. Like they just have been that good for a little while here, right? And Yeah. It's like we're seeing all of the Chip Kelly stuff that used to bug us about Chip Kelly. Like y'all forgot, like a lot of people forgot about all the Chip Kellyisms and the weird shit that he has and the weird control that he needs over certain, like the whole thing that he got into with Ashton about his fucking stance.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, it's like, you know what I mean? Like it was.
Yeah, that was weird. I never got that at all.
Yeah. Quishon get here, he looked like Le'Veon Bell sometimes. He just be cutting fight holes. I'm like, well, he didn't do any of that at Ohio State. Why? They just made him shoot out a cannon. Like I compared him to Kareem Hunt because of what we saw at Ohio State. And I'm watching him like, he's nothing like Kareem Hunt. like what? Kudos for the Browns for seeing it, by the way, because clearly that's probably the most impressive pick that they've had.
Oh, Quinshon? Yeah.
Yeah, Quinshon, not just because he's the best player, because it probably ended up being like Mason or Carson, right? Because we know how short running back careers are. But being able to identify that one is that's a good job by Deuce.
Yeah, Deuce was like, nah, this the one. This the one we need.
Yeah, because a lot of people who are very smart could not identify that for whatever reason it was, even by looking at his Mississippi Ole Miss tape. So yeah, that's a great read on that one. Whoever made that decision there, it is funny because some people were comparing it to like the Nick Chubb, Sony Michel thing.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, it do feel like Nick Chubb, Sony Michel.
I mean, we'll see what's going on with. I don't even know what the situation is with Travion.
Running back, I just think he's going through first year weirdness. Yeah,
because they were saying like he's in the doghouse with Variable right now, and it's just like, dang, like what happened?
Yeah, I think it's just first year weirdness. I think he'll get it together. Also, the thing is, like with guys that people have lauded for being pass protectors, it's such a transition. Okay.
Yeah. It's one of them things where like, you were a good pass protector in college. And Travion was a great pass protector in college.
Look, they just come through that A gap so much stronger. Okay?
Yeah,
with so much more skill and quickness. It's just different. Like I mean, we're seeing it with the offensive line right now. Like just having somebody block is just such a tough transition. Such a tough transition. So bad. Yeah, I think Travion's going to end up being good, but I don't think the full skill set was on display for Quinshon, and that's one where you're like, you got to give credit because they saw it. Okay, a lot of teams would have drafted Mason Graham where they drafted Mason Graham, right? A lot of teams would have drafted Carson Swester because again, the second they took him, I got like 8 texts. Okay,
no, I definitely got like 4 messages from people like, oh,
the Browns got a bunch of texts after they took Carson Swester.
There was I had dudes on Twitter messaging me like, no, Cole, they got one.
It was like, okay.
Universally, everybody was like, nah, bro, y'all got one.
I was confused. I haven't really talked about. I didn't think about linebacker, and
I didn't think about linebacker at all.
Every text was, yeah, you got one. You got one. Damn, I wanted the Ravens to get him. Okay, something happened. Okay, the Quinshon one is the one where it's like you kind of went out on a limb there because a lot of people had Travion over him. Some people even had.
It's so funny that Corey caught the flag for that. I was like, hey man. I was like, Corey is not the only one who had Travion over Quinshon, bro.
He might have been the only one that called you a fucking moron, but like he's the only one. He's not the only one that went in that direction, right? But there was a lot of people had he went to Pittsburgh much later in the draft. Iowa.
Oh, Caleb Johnson
over him. Right? Like it was he went out on a limb there, right?
Hey, I like Caleb Johnson too. I was so wrong about that. Shout out the Browns. Shout out AB.
I'm gonna give him more than a year here, but yeah. Look, they made the right decision there, right? Like, yeah. That's why it's always important to judge drafts down the road because that grade you give them after the draft don't ever be shit. Right?
Brett Coleman.
What, Brett Coleman graded it lowly?
Man, Brett Coleman was calling AB an idiot. So
graded for Deshaun.
Yeah, Brett Coleman's been just calling Andrew Berry an idiot from the second that draft happened, and they clear. I think honestly, they probably had the best draft of any team. They probably had the best draft of any team.
Brett is so smart, but like when it comes to the Browns, he just gets so blind. Like at times where I'm like, dude, you're so process oriented. There's no way you're coming to the conclusions that you're coming to through process. There's just no way. You know,
everybody has said the Browns draft is really good. Like everybody.
Like what, 8 Baldinger breakdowns?
Yeah, like I know you had B on your channel talking about it.
Yeah,
yeah, like B because I was listening to B. He was like,
yeah.
I was listening to B. He was like, cold, man. Y'all draft is so cold, dog. Like it's so cold. Dog.
Yes. I everybody I've talked to, like associated with the Browns, not associated with Browns. My homie Justin L. He covers the Titans. He been talking to me all year about this draft class. He done dropped like 5 articles on the Browns draft class this year. And I saw, like, it was funny because, like, we get so down after the Pittsburgh week, right? Every year, predict. It's
every
always
year,
right?
Yeah.
And then I was like, we so down bad right now. Somebody really said to Cove, it should have saved Andrew Berry that he drafted and like hit on 5 different first round on like 5 different picks. And I was just sitting there like, so it don't matter that he was good at his job. At a very critical juncture for the team. It don't matter that the man went up there and hit 4 home runs.
I said this on Twitter too. People have a weird thing about just giving him credit, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Just give him. I get it. Watson trade that everybody in this organization was involved in, by the way, including the owner, especially the owner. especially the owner. But like, you can just say he did a good job this year. Like the majority of his picks are good. We'll see what's going on with Shador. Dillon feels like a backup to me, but it's also only been 3 games, so I'm not gonna make that determination off 3 games.
Yeah, the bad outcome too, like is like, well, someone's like, you wasted a 3rd round pick and Dillon becomes a backup, and I'm like, it's not a great use of a 3rd round pick. I'm not going to sit here and say you hit a home run, but it's an acceptable use of a 3rd round pick, right? Like there's a lot of 3rd round quarterbacks that have gotten drafted over the years that are in the UFL right now, right? Like,
if he could be a spot starter, then it's like, okay.
Over the next 4 years, I mean, that'll save you about $28 million. So, because what you're going to pay a guy to back up maybe 8 to 10.
Yeah.
If you could get to the point where you could draft the quarterback next year and Dillon can hold it down for like a half a season, that pick was successful. Like, and then he could be the backup there, and then and spot start and maybe win you a couple of games as a backup in a meaningful season. Then yeah, like that's fine. Right. It's not like an outcome that anybody's going to be like doing cartwheels for, sending the laser eye beam Andrew Berry emoji for. But look, I see a lot of quarterbacks playing and right now that could be worse than Dillon.
Hey, can I talk to you about whose pick that was and a criticism of the organization that I heard? Okay, so the Dillon pick was like the Dillon pick based on what I was told. Well, that was a Kevin pick for sure. Like that was
I know exactly where you go.
That was a Kevin pick, and somebody was like, at some point we have to have the conversation. I think one of the biggest criticisms of Kevin that we do not talk about, because it doesn't necessarily have to do anything with coaching. It's like, hey man, I think he is not a good evaluator of talent. Yeah. If there's a criticism of Kevin Stefanski that is not being talked about, that we probably should talk about, he's not a good evaluator of talent.
I would amend it with this because I think he can. I think the issue with his evaluation skills is he lacks imagination, right? Like he's gonna say to himself, I want this guy to do this thing. And I want a guy who could do these specific things. He has not really demonstrated that he's capable of imagining how else that can work or imagining success outside the structure of his offense. Right. And that has been a whole, like you can see it clearly. Like as much as we shit on Jim Schwartz for the whole Siaki Ika thing, which I'm gonna just always chalk up to a little bit of racism.
A little bit.
Slight racism. But you know what? He was okay with Mason Graham in the top 5. He made up for it. Right? But ain't nobody had to lie to him about that boy last name for them to draft him. So but if you look at the defense, right, and people will always wonder, like, why is the defense in such a different state than the offense? Look at the undrafted guys they've hit on, right? Ronnie Hickman is actually good safety now. Mahmoud Diabate, linebacker, right? Like you got Aiden Huntington. You got some late round picks that have been really that have hit, right? Alex Wright, Isaiah McGuire.
Alex Wright was 3rd round. Isaiah was 4th. You know what I'm saying? Isaiah's
late round. Yeah, anything past second is late.
You said anything past what?
Anything past second is late.
I say anything past.
All right, we call it mid-round. Some mid-round hits.
Yeah,
day 3 is late. Like you go day 3, you late.
Okay, I was like day 3. Yes, if you get picked on day 2,
is a round 4 pick. So
yeah, if you get picked on day 2, to me, that's not late.
Yeah, I mean, like even Miles Harden has held up fine, right? You know, the guys they've gotten off the street in free agency, the flyers they've taken, they've been able to hit on a good amount of those. They have been able to identify low-cost talent and hit on it a lot at a much higher rate than the Browns, who I think on their bigger items, they've had some successes, right? You know, obviously not Deshaun Watson, but you know, Amari Cooper trade. They identified something there that could be successful. Jerry Jeudy is not doing the Browns a lot of favors right now, but we know what Jerry Jeudy can be when he's right. For whatever reason, the brother ain't right. I'm gonna give him some time before I start to write the moratorium on that.
Hey, Mark Schlereth on the call.
You might look. Jerry Jeudy revenge game was one of the most immaculate things we've ever seen. So, like,
yeah,
he might get 400 yards in one game. Okay, we might be having the same conversation. Like, he threw it to Jerry Jeudy 23 times. He don't deserve credit. We gonna see who will really stick to those arguments.
And somebody in the chat says like, I hate the way y'all blame Kevin for the O-line, other weak points on the roster. Hey, look, man, like they let the coaching. I don't blame Kevin for the O-line. That's an Andrew Berry thing.
Well. Like some of this is Kevin, right? Like one part of why they're getting blown up in the run game, they are so dedicated to tight sets in 12P, right? So if you watch the Browns, just count how many guys feel like they're in that line of scrimmage, right? It's always like 8, right? Like, and that's not putting your offense at an advantage, right? Like they're not really able to be creative enough to run the ball out of lighter sets than that. And the reason that sometimes they look as bad as they are is because, well, that's what Kevin's asking them to do. And look, when Kevin has an offensive line that he can maul with, he's good. But a lot of guys are good with the offensive line that you can maul with. Another thing is, we mentioned this, part of the Andrew Berry philosophy is taking input from positional coaches.
Yes, that's what he's done it. He's done it since he got here. And I think that's something that people don't understand. Like Jed Wills, perfect example. Jed Wills.
Now Bill Callahan.
All y'all want him to come back. Jed Wills was a Bill Callahan pick.
Yes.
They said he was strongly involved, and of course he would be because he's one of the best offensive line coaches ever. So yes, Andrew Berry's going to listen to him because he should. You know what I'm saying? He's like,
it would be a problem. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like you said, we identified, and I think it was the correct identification. We needed to draft a tackle, and then you asked the offensive line tackle guru who you should take, and he's draft that boy Jed Wills. Which, to be fair to Bill Callahan, A lot of people said that. Like I
Joe
know
Thomas said it. Like a bunch of people said it.
but every offensive line person I talked to, Voch Lombardi, one of the best in the business at this specifically with the line, he was like, "Yeah, you got to take Jed," right? Like, but it just didn't work out like that, right? And you can't turn that part of the process off, right? Like that's always going to be part of the process. If it is, you got to ask your coaching staff, "Hey, who do you like?" You know, look, Mason Graham. Who's first foremost when they take Mason Graham? The defensive line coach. Carson Schlesinger, who's jumping up and down when we're taking him.
The linebacker coach.
Right? The job of the GM in this kind of a system is like, hey, they're going to put together players and they're going to show these players to these coaches and then ask these coaches, like, who do you like? Right? Because these coaches can't scout everybody. So they've done a good job of filtering. It's just, some coaches you'll listen to more than others, but they've really leaned on a couple of coaches on offense that I don't think have an eye for where the league is going. And like we're bringing in, who's our quarterback coach right now? Bill Musgrave.
Yeah.
And like, no disrespect to Bill Musgrave, I'm sure there's a place for him, but he's old NFL, right? Like you look at a lot of these names on this like coaching staff, and these are guys who you're like, man, you were like a big name in like 2000. like we went back to Ken Dorsey, like Bill Musgrave, and that's the thing about like that concerns me with Kevin is like, hey, the league is clearly changing. The availability of the type of players that you could be successful with is changing. This offensive line thing is not going away anytime soon. Like, you're going to have to be able to adjust to the changing realities in the league. And that's one of the things we thought, him being so young, we could bet on. But we having the same problems with Kevin right now that you think you would have with like a Mike McCarthy or somebody who's set in their ways. And I think that
John Harbaugh.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest issue. Well, with John, it's just like, hey, bro, you got to do something. The Ravens at that point, they're like the 76ers where it's like, hey, bro, you just going to have to make a trade. like if the Cavs don't get out the second round this year, the Cavs are in the exact same place as the Ravens, where it's like, you just going to have to make some shit shake. Yeah, it ain't going to make sense. You're going to have you're going to trade a bunch of shit for Tobias Harris or something like that. But
yeah, it's one of those things where John, I think it just feels like it's run its course. You know what I'm saying? It feels like it's run its course.
Well, I mean, it's kind of a similar thing that's happened to Kevin right now. It's like you have a problem that needs to be solved. And right now, we are out of moves that don't include not firing you. Right? For Kevin, the problem is the offense is inefficient. What brought us to the table with Kevin was the efficiency on offense, especially in the run game. Both of those have plummeted. Now, we were willing to be like, okay, well, we need to evolve. Let's get rid of Alex Van Pelt. And then, you brought in Ken Dorsey. That was a disaster, but that was Deshaun Watson. Now we got Tommy Rees in here. That's who you chose, right?
He's young, you know what I'm saying?
Young, spend some time.
New ideas.
Like this is what you're trying to do. You picked your guy. And like, in some ways we are evolving. We're running more motion than we have before. In other ways, we are not. So it's just like, hey, if we get to the end of the season and we're identifying that the offense is a problem and it needs to be fixed and it's not just personnel, then how do you solve that problem? Because the answer is not going to be, let's give Kevin another offensive coordinator. The answer to keep Kevin has to be, we think he can fix it. He showed some progress during the season that demonstrates that he can fix it. The efficiency was way up at the end of the year. If that's not happening, I mean, you got to fix it. And you're out of moves. Same way for the Ravens. It's like, hey, John Harbaugh, the reason he's got to go is because they're out of moves. They can't trade Lamar. They got the new offensive coordinator who won coordinator of the year. They can fire Zach Orr, but the problem ain't been defense there when they've been getting kicked out the playoffs. So like, who gonna have to go? And then also, who promoted Zach Orr? right? That's John Harbaugh's whole thing, is having an eye for talent. And, some of your defensive coordinator hires outside of Mac McDonald ain't really been that impressive. So, and honestly, they just tired of losing in the second and third round in Baltimore. Somebody gonna have to go eventually. Ain't gonna be Lamar. Who's gonna be John? Like that's really what it's gonna be. Yeah, he gonna be coaching the fucking Cowboys in a couple of years, because that just sounds like something that happened, right? Like that feels like a Jerry Jones move right there. Like,
hey, be careful, be careful with all that laughing before he end up coaching the Browns.
No, I'm not saying it's gonna be bad. I'm just saying, like, if there's a team that's gonna hire John Harbaugh after a year sabbatical, it's absolutely the Cowboys.
Like you laugh, but don't laugh too hard.
It's gonna work out for the Cowboys. Dak gonna be old as shit by then, so I don't know what they're gonna really do. But I mean, the Cowboys got their own problems, right? They talk about trading for Max Crosby. Hilarious.
I mean, they kind of should. I don't really know.
Hilarious.
They kind of should, though. Like, what else they gonna do?
The meme of like, yeah, man. If only you could have like traded for a top tier edge rusher. All this team needs is Micah Parsons to be successful. It's literally where they're at right now.
I actually want to see like what's Max Crosby's contract.
He got a new one, right? It's like $3 million off of what Micah got.
Let's see. Cash. Base salary for this year, next year, and the year after. 32 and a half this year, 30 next year, 29 in 2027 when he's 30. So definitely less than Micah. Definitely. So it's like significantly less than Micah, actually.
Well, Micah at 47, but he's not gonna get that money right away.
Let me see. Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons. Damn. 4 years, 186, average salary of $46.5 million.
But when does that cap hit really start hitting for him?
Cap hits like don't get like serious until 2028 when he's 29.
That's what I'm saying. Like you're not.
The dead cap hits for the next 2 years are ridiculous, but like, yeah.
Oh, for Micah?
Oh yeah, they're huge. They're insane. Ooh. Yeah, man. Dead cap. 123 million.
They not going to convince me that they're not stupid for just not signing them.
Yeah, you just gotta sign them and hope for the best.
Like they're gonna end up paying more money for the dead cap of Micah Parsons and Max Crosby combined than they would have for Micah Parsons.
Yes, that's insane. Oh, we got news from Jordan Schultz. Hold on, from 30 minutes ago.
Somebody got fired.
Nah, teams are keeping an eye on the Jets ahead of the trade deadline.
Ooh.
Names being mentioned include, but not limited to, Breece Hall, Quincy Williams, Jermaine Johnson II, Will McDonald IV, Michael Carter II. They got a lot of second, the fourths, and seconds on this roster. And Alan Lazard, among others. Yeah, they about to blow that roster up. And they should.
Oh, they doing a we gotta weed them out. You see the bottom part of that quote of that tweet?
Is that what it says? Is that what it
There's
says?
an element of trying to figure out who Glenn's guys are and who Glenn guys aren't. Remember when Detroit suddenly traded a building block in the last regime to a guaranteed building block in this one?
You know what that sounds?
If I had to guess who gets traded first, probably Jermaine Johnson. I mean, Breece Hall has advocated he doesn't want to go anywhere, but like,
brother, don't stay on the sinking ship. Leave. Get out of there.
You might as well go.
Go to Kansas City. They can use you.
He in that locker room with no wins, talking about I need guys. And look, Dan Campbell did the same ridiculous bullshit, by the way. Like, they were winless for like half the season in Dan Campbell's first year, and then they like ran off 6 straight wins or something like that.
Something like that, yeah, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
So like he got on the phone with Dad, and he's like, you know what you need to do? You need to get the disloyal ones out of there. You need to weed them out. That's what they doing. They weeding them out. That's how you can tell a team has a locker room problem, by the way. That is basically the roach truck being at the front of the house. Like, all right, they got some things they trying to exterminate over there. By the way, Miami Dolphins. I thought the Browns, like the Miami Dolphins existing reminded me that, like, oh yeah, the Browns are definitely not in the worst spot in the NFL. My bad. My bad.
You know what's funny about the Browns? Like, they have the worst or second worst by some metrics offense in the NFL. And by some metrics, they have like the second best defense in the NFL. They're as good on defense as they are bad on offense.
They are,
and that clock, and they're everything balanced, balanced, just like everything should be.
Right here.
Oh, but
No.
they're in a spot where, honestly, as bad as the offense is, I still don't think they're one of the 6 worst teams in the NFL.
Well,
They're bad, but they're competitive. That's the thing. Miami's just bad all around. Like, they got their asses kicked during a joint scrimmage, and players were fighting on the sidelines during that scrimmage. That's how bad it was.
There's a difference here, right? The Browns are not good. The Miami Dolphins are dysfunctional.
Yeah.
Like that, the Browns are not dysfunctional, which, like, you do gotta give Kevin a little credit for that. But again, the offense has just been so bad that I don't know if you can justify keeping him around. But he has kept you from being dysfunctional, which is there. Like, I'm looking at that team, I'm like, oh, they're dysfunctional. Look at Mike McDaniel talking. Like, I was watching that and I was reminded very violently. Hey man, firing Kevin ain't gonna be no joke, dog, because it absolutely can get worse than Kevin Stefanski. like that's the thing. Like, most of the firing that the Browns have done, we are usually in a place where, hey man, it can't get worse. Like, what are we afraid of here? This one, I can understand the hesitation to be like, man, I don't know. It definitely can get worse. Like, it's not dysfunctional here. They are dysfunctional in Miami. Like, I'm not usually one to throw around the term they quit on their coach, because I think people overuse that. Anytime your team loses a big game or loses by like more than 14 points, somebody, they quit on them. Like, I see people say that about Nick Signetti, or what's his name, Nick Sirianni in Philadelphia, the same fucking year he won a Super Bowl, right? Like, we use the term too much. I try not to use it. I was watching Miami. I'm like, hey, they don't give a fuck.
No, they don't. They don't care.
They gave him like 100 yards of penalties and didn't feel bothered. Like, they didn't seem upset about it. Oh, it's crazy. They don't care. Tua giving no fucks. Like,
he was throwing ham sandwiches all game.
Ham sandwiches, chicken chalupas. It was a fucking buffet. Okay. Like, you had Roddy Hickman there, like, all right, let me get mine.
Give it to me, Give it to me, Tua. Give it to me, Tua.
You got one more in you. Like, damn.
And what's crazy is he probably should have threw like 2 more picks that day. Oh no, he definitely should have thrown one. He definitely should have thrown one to Miles Harden. Miles Harden had that too. He dropped it.
Would have been another pick 6.
Man, he was sick too. He was like, "Damn, everybody but me."
Yeah, he get left out.
Nah, but give it to me, Tua, and immediately getting the pick is funny. That's funny shit, bro.
You're breathing confidence. By the way, that Roddy Hickman play, best play we've seen from a Brown safety in quite some time.
Yeah, a long time.
Literally, all of John Johnson and Juwan Thornhill's tenure here in Cleveland, we were begging for that. Like, that's what we wanted. We just wanted one of them bitches. Like, where a safety
Shout out Ronnie, man.
It gets an interception. He's really improved from last year and is built on what he did his rookie year. Big shout out.
Shout out Ronnie, man. Yeah,
he's a good player.
He's good. Hey man, one thing about AB, he find the UDFAs who can actually play.
This is why I'm like, there's multiple reasons why I'm just absolutely not on the let's fire AB2 thing, which is like, one, you fire Andrew Berry, who's hiring the coach? We all know the fucking answer to that question.
Do you really want Jimmy involved in that?
I want everything done possible to put a buffer between Jimmy Haslam and football decisions, because every single disaster in recent Cleveland Browns history directly points back to Jimmy Haslam being directly involved.
Like everything.
Like, I understand it. Y'all, some people are just mad. They want everybody fired. But think about what you are asking for. You are asking for the man who has picked Hugh Jackson over Sean McDermott, the man who picked Freddie Kitchens over Dan Campbell, and a two-time coach of the year, Kevin Stefanski. Like, this is the dude that we're asking to pick the next coach, who is proven to be incompetent at this job.
Listen, this is what people need to understand. I understand that you're angry about the team. The Deshaun Watson trade just destroyed everything that they had built up in the years prior. Like, it did. Like, it just completely destroyed it. That's what happened. We know what it is. We also know that the owner, and I will keep reiterating this as many times as I need to, was significantly involved in that transaction. You don't want Jimmy making decisions. You do not want it. And somebody in the chat said this. It's like, hey, man.
Hey, bro, we might draft a quarterback next year. You want Jimmy close to that decision?
You want Jimmy making that decision? Like, be serious, bro.
I'm sorry. Like, I don't care what beef y'all got, whatever fucking thing that they think D Podesta's doing back there, that's better than fucking Jimmy.
You don't want Jimmy involved in none of this, bro.
No, I want to talk about. I want to talk about the fans having a beef with Paul DePodesta when literally no one knows what the hell he does. It's like getting mad at the waiter for bringing out your food. I'm like, did you make this? I'm like, brother, I just bring out the food. Like, why are you yelling at the waiter for?
But do people even know what he does?
They don't.
Most of the people talking confidently about what John DePodesta does do not know what he does, in fact. Right. From what I hear from like poking around, he just sends like reports like and suggestions on things they could do based in data. Like,
no, hold on. Because somebody I follow on Twitter who's a Browns fan and has been a Browns fan for longer than I've been alive. He was talking about this, and he was like, "Bro, hold on." He was like, "Bro, I know what he said that he does, because he said it a long time ago." But let me see.
It's a strategic planning or something like that, or organizational something like that. But I think his role has changed over the last few years because he went from quasi full time to completely remote after the pandemic. I don't think his role in the organization has been that heavy since they hired Kevin and AB, if I'm being honest. I think he's taking
someone in the chat said about Depot, isn't it a red flag that he's been here for a decade and nobody knows what he does? I don't care, man. It's not a red flag, man. It really isn't. Like,
it's really not, because one, if he's not, like, there's a lot of employees for the Browns, you don't really know what they do. Like Catherine Racine, they've been much better at drafting since they brought her in. I don't know what her specific role is. That's not a red flag, though, right?
I know she's from Canada. That's all I know.
Yeah, she came from the CFL, and I know that you look at the drafts, 2023 and on, much better draft class. Is that her? I don't know. Like, they're not going to tell you how the organization works. They're not going to release the flow chart of that. So no, that's not really a red flag. I just think he is the fucking George Soros of Cleveland Browns football, where like everybody is like, oh, got a conspiracy theory about him. Like it's like, yeah, he's funding this or that. Like that's kind of what Jim DePodesta is, where he just becomes like the automatic insert man for all of these fucking conspiracy theories. And I'm like, in reality, I think he zooms in most of the time. Like, I don't think
man, like
he's that involved.
Well, his role in the organization is just kind of like I think he focuses on just evaluating their processes and where they can be more efficient throughout the organization.
Yeah, it's like he's sending reports. Hey,
yeah, like it's nothing. He's not like
we might want to consider hiring somebody to be on the headset on game day to tell us when we need to go for it or something like offering those suggestions, but ultimately it's up to the coaching staff whether they take them or not, and ultimately it's up to Andrew Berry whether
the owner,
do it. Yeah,
and also the owner. You see what I'm saying? Like he's not some puppet, like he's a puppet master controlling the Browns. That's not what's happening. Dog.
And by the way, if that's what was happening, we would have Sean fucking McDermott instead of Hugh Jackson. What are we complaining about? like
all this
hired Freddie Kitchens.
Yeah, you know why they don't. You know why
in the position to trade Baker Mayfield.
You want to know why Jimmy hasn't fired Paul? Because Jimmy not listening to Paul has made this shit way worse than it would have been if he just listened to Paul. That's why. You want to know why the Browns are here? You honestly want to know why the Browns are here? You don't know why the Browns are here. The Browns have been here. The Browns are going to be here until Jimmy just gets the fuck out of the way. It's Jimmy, bro. It's Jimmy. Well, he needs to get the fuck out the way and stay out the way.
Yeah. Again, every owner in the NFL sucks. It's about how much distance you can create.
Yes. Like if you have an owner that's hands-on, you are a bad football team. Like,
that's why I don't need him. A new owner sucks, by the way, because when you get a new toy, first thing they want to do is pick the fucking coach.
You don't want Jimmy making decisions. We're good. I'd rather you keep Andrew Berry here.
And also, can we talk about how Browns fans hate people who are Ivy Leaguers? They don't like smart people. They think these Ivy League peepers don't know anything about football.
That is unfortunately not just happening in sports, right?
It's happening across all sectors. Unfortunately, we're not very fond of intellect.
We're not very fond. This generation's ass, boy. Let me tell you,
we're not very fond.
Nobody fucking nothing, right? Like, I think I was having an argument with somebody. Like, I don't think Dillon can throw to his right side because he's been like throwing to his left side a lot. And I was like, brother, he's just doing half field reads. Like, and they're picking the left side often because like they're rolling out that way and the offensive line isn't good. But like you look at his college chart, he threw to both sides evenly. He can clearly throw to his right. Like that's something crazy. But you can't tell nobody. You can't tell nobody. You can't prove nothing.
You can't tell nobody nothing. You can't tell nobody nothing, bro. Yeah. So also, to follow up on Curtis's point, I want to follow up on Curtis's point really quick. So he said people hate like the nerds and the Ivy Leaguers. Okay, so this is from 2024. So a year ago. But I just want people to listen to this. Which teams are among the top 5 most analytically advanced? 105 total votes, and they were asking people like around who work in professional football team, who work in the organizations, coaching staff, front office staff. Okay, so 105 people, right? Answers. I just want you to chat, please. If you notice a trend, let me know. Please let me know if you notice a trend. Chat. Cleveland Browns, number 1, most analytically advanced, right? Most analytically advanced, number 1. Number 2. With 19 votes. The Browns had 20. This organization had 19. The Baltimore Ravens.
Terrible.
Also with 19 votes, tied for second place. Philadelphia Eagles.
Even worse. We need to find a way to get one less vote. That's the problem. We got 20 votes.
Fourth place, Dallas Cowboys.
That's shocking.
Fifth place, San Francisco 49ers. Sixth place.
Wait, John Lynch?
Yeah, John Lynch.
Football guy?
Yeah, football guy.
He be out here reading and shit.
I'm not done. Give me a little bit more time.
Come on,
Give me a little more time.
Where'd you get this information from?
Sixth place, the Buffalo Bills.
Whoa.
Tied for sixth place with the Buffalo Bills, and this one's gonna be funny. The Detroit Lions with Dan Campbell.
No, they got John Dorsey. John Dorsey back there.
Also, people have some weird fascination with John Dorsey saying, "Oh, if we kept John Dorsey, we would have been good." I'm like, his draft classes sucked and his roster construction was ass. Stop it.
I'm not done, y'all. Guess what organization came in last?
It's gotta be the Philadelphia Eagles, right? Like, you can't win a championship with all this analytics stuff, Cove.
I said the Eagles already.
Oh, you said the Eagles?
Yeah, the Eagles were tied for second.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
It's gotta be the Panthers.
Nope. The Minnesota Vikings.
Oh.
who also win a bunch of games every year. Man, the solution is not getting stupider. That's not the solution to go forward. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man, I'm so concerned about everything when I hear some of these takes, because some of these takes are, we got these smart guys here using all this information, and that's stupid. We need guys who are just gonna do shit. I'm like, guys,
it's not what you want. It's not what you want.
We just gonna ignore data. Like that's just never worked out ever. But yeah, I saw like some people, like when they were calling the Browns racist, and somebody had pointed out that the Browns had given Deshaun Watson, a black quarterback who was under a tremendous amount of how would I put this? It's not like they gave Deshaun that money when it would be popular to give that brother that money. They gave him that money at the worst time to give him that money.
Well, you could never accuse this organization of racism. I'm sorry.
Hey, look, man. They give a black man a bag after 30 charges.
that is quite literally the least racist thing I've ever heard.
I don't know what's in Haslam's heart, but I know it's not really affecting that stuff. But also, it was like, I think somebody had pointed out, like, yo, Andrew Berry is a black GM, right? And they were like, well, he went to Harvard, so he's a Carlton. And I'm like, wow.
What?
Grown man is thinking like a fucking 8-year-old, and this is where we're at intellectually.
Oh, man. Oh, bro.
I just got to get off Twitter, man. I cannot be on Twitter. I'm sorry. I'm trying.
Worst thing in the world.
It's the football season, but man, the more I am on social media, the less I want to be social. I cannot do this with people. But yeah, it's wild there, right? We want to talk about college, or we want to hit some super chats real quick?
Let's say super chats for last, because that usually ends up being the longest part of the show.
All right, man. So there's two in this class for sure.
Oh, what, quarterbacks?
Oh yeah, we are here. Okay, hey, there is nothing else I need to see. Shut it down. There's two. Okay. There are at least 2 first rounders, no doubt in my mind.
Oh, Mendoza and Simpson.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mendoza and Simpson.
There's 2. There's at least 2. There are some more. I thought Dante Moore had a nice bounce back. It was Rutgers. But, sneaky game, right? Oregon coming from the West Coast all the way to the East Coast. Road game. Ain't nobody fucking excited to play Rutgers. You will be forgiven for a little bit of a sloppy performance against Rutgers at the beginning. But it came out there. He looked really nice, made some really nice throws. I think we got more to see from him. I'm excited to see if Oregon can make the playoff because they don't play fucking nobody for the rest of the year. Same thing is true of Indiana, right? Like their schedule is pretty much like it's like Nebraska. Like who? Let me look up. Curtis, can you look up the schedule for both them teams?
Yeah, I have no idea who they play.
But it's not anybody ranked right now. So I would imagine Indiana, if they went out, will play Ohio State. Because like let's be real here, Ohio State's winning out.
So for Oregon, they play Wisconsin this week. That's a W. They play Iowa. Little tricky game. Then they're home against Minnesota and USC, and they have the rivalry week against Washington. For Indiana,
so Washington, you gotta factor in it's a rivalry game. So USC is their last big challenge, but that's not a defensive problem. That's if you can keep up with them offensively.
yeah. As for Indiana, they play UCLA this week. They're at Maryland, at Penn State, home against Wisconsin, and at Purdue. So they'll go against Wisconsin, who's 2-5. Penn State's 3-4. Maryland's 4-3. Purdue is 2-5, and the suddenly resurgent Bruins at 3-4.
Oh, UCLA's won 3 straight?
Yeah, they've looked a lot better than they have to start the year. When I've watched them, they looked a lot better because before it looked like complete ass.
Oh, so it wasn't just okay. We fired our coach and we happy we gonna win this game. It's no, our coach was the problem.
They hated that man.
It's like no,
they hated
he
him.
was the problem. Okay.
So they fucking hated him. Man, I don't know what happened over there at UCLA. They hated that man. So yeah, both those teams, and the Ohio State schedule is pretty light too for the rest of the year, right?
Yeah,
the most difficult game is Michigan, I'm assuming.
Yeah, because it's Michigan, you can't take it lightly.
Yeah, that Penn State game doesn't matter anymore.
That Penn State game might be personal for them because Jim Knowles is over there.
Oh, and he was talking shit. I
don't think they're sleep. I don't think they're worried about that Penn State game.
Yeah, they're home against Penn State. They're at Purdue, home against UCLA, and home against Rutgers, and they travel to Michigan for the last game of the year.
Ohio State looks clearly like the best team in the country.
Oh yeah, there's a gap. Yeah, there's a gap with them and the rest.
I know people are like, well, they're not playing anybody and tell me the top 5 defense. I'm like, dude, you could just see it.
They have the best defense in college football. It is not close.
Yeah.
It's not. They've got a bunch of NFL players on that defense.
certified hoopers everywhere.
They've got 2 people on that defense that are going to get drafted in top 15 picks.
Oh yeah, Arvell Reese and
Arvell and Caleb are going to be top 15 picks.
Arvell Reese, yeah. Shout out to Cleveland, Glenville.
I had to break the news to somebody.
He from Glenville?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Had to break the news to somebody. They were like, oh yeah, we might be able to get Arvell Reese late in the first round. I'm like, no.
Ooh, no. Hey, no. Domo sent a mock draft in our group chat, bro. He sent a mock draft in our group chat, trading up to like 28 or something, 27, and taking Arvell Reese. I said, brother, that man is not gonna be there.
Did he crop the screenshot?
He did not crop the screenshot. He
forced Arvell Reese to fall on that board.
No, me and Domo got a bet. I was like, Arvell Reese will be the first player from Ohio State to get drafted. He was like, he not going before Caleb. I was like, yeah, he is. He 1,000% is.
He might.
He 1,000%. Just because of the position he plays, he's gonna get drafted before Caleb.
Yeah. Don't take much.
He's 1,000% gonna get picked before safety. 100%.
Yeah. Ohio State's clearly the best team in the country right now. It's so weird because the Big Ten is so top heavy. It's like what Ohio State, there's Indiana, there's Oregon. Those are going to be playoff teams,
and the rest is just
mid-city.
Yeah, just mid.
There's USC holding it down for the upper mid, and it's just mid-city. After that, boy, it's just mediocrity. But I think you have 3 of the best teams in the country. Because, like, hey, look, man, Indiana looks like they're going to be
No, they're good. They're good.
This ain't last year, right? Where they went up against something real and they got smacked. No. That's, by the way, anybody who's still comparing him to Curtis Warwick, I need you to revoke your license.
That is going to be a top 5 pick for sure.
That's going to be the number 1 pick in the draft.
You think he going before Ty?
Ty might interview better. And Ty got some crazy throws on tape.
Yeah, he got some crazy tape, bro.
But the thing with that is, like, some people might favor Mendoza because his process is so good. He doesn't really have to take those crazy throws.
He's also played a lot more football.
Yeah.
He started a lot more games, so teams might feel more comfortable taking him.
Yeah, we'll see. It's going to come down to how they interview. I imagine Ty Simpson, he's been a 5-star prospect since forever. So he's probably going to be very polished there. I don't know how polished Mendoza is, like, a little bit different, right? Like, he talks a little different, you know, so maybe that throws some team off. Either way, I see somebody I'm like, yeah, that could be Matt Ryan very easily.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm getting nervous. I don't know if the Browns could be able to take a quarterback.
Well, they have. I don't know if their natural pick's going to get them there.
No, I don't think their natural pick's going to get there.
They have the ammunition to trade up, right? We're watching Jacksonville right now, and look, I'm not going to start the victory lap or anything on a couple of things that look like, I should start revving it up a little bit here. But Jacksonville, they've come back to earth a little bit, right? They've come back to earth a little bit. They beat Kansas City. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, they're gonna make the playoffs." And I was like, I don't know, man. I've seen Jacksonville do this before. Like, we'll see. We'll see where they end up. I'm not going to lap on it yet, but
their schedule is really easy, to be fair. They got a real easy schedule.
I don't think that Jacksonville is a competent enough team to where I care about how easy their schedule is, because a lot of the success early in the year were because they were just benefiting for so many outlier numbers. They had so many outlier turnovers. And then when you look at those outlier turnovers and you look at the production of the offense, it wasn't pacing with the outlier. Like, the turnovers were high for Trevor Lawrence. The production was not that high from Trevor. And they were getting so many extra possessions. That team's screaming regression to me. Their schedule might not be that difficult, but I don't think they're as good as their record indicates. I think they're just as bad as the teams they're playing.
Let me actually look at their schedule, because I think they got their bye now. I think they're on a bye week now. Yeah, they are.
You think James is going to take a call from Andrew Berry during the bye week?
Absolutely not.
He going to decline that game chat invite on PlayStation.
Yeah. So this is the thing about the Jags, right? They played the Colts twice. They're going to lose both of those games, because the Colts might, if we be honest about who's looked the best and it don't look fake, it's the Colts.
It do look fake because it's Daniel Jones being the quarterback.
But they're good, bro. They're good.
Yeah, they're playing so well that I cannot ignore it. But I'm sorry. There's like with Sam Darnold last year. You're going to have to show me all the way before I start believing at all that this is real.
But the last time the Colts went against a playoff-bound team was the Rams, and they kind of failed that test, but we'll see how they look.
Just like the Buccaneers this year. And Buccaneers are the same team they were last year, right?
The Baker Mayfield MVP hype. I can shut that shit down now.
Oh, that died immediately. Did you see the draft odds? Did you see the DraftKings odds? That died immediately.
I looked on Twitter and I saw 2019 trending. I'm like, damn.
It was bad.
It was so bad that people remembered that Baker actually did not play that well in Cleveland. Like, we've been pretending like, oh my God, Baker was so amazing, right? Why did the Browns ever give up on him? And then all of a sudden, people are like, yeah, this looked like torn labrum Baker. Oh.
The funniest thing about that is even though in their 5 wins, I feel like 4 of them were 1-score games.
They were 1-score games.
And Baker led the league in turnover worthy plays, but people just weren't catching the picks in all those games.
Hey, shout out to Dillon Gabriel. He living that life right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. It's just like, hey, when Baker do it, he the MVP, but when Dillon do it, it's a problem.
No,
see what I'm saying? That's crazy.
With people acting like there was the one to Jerry Jeudy that was a completion, and people are like, I can't count that. I'm like, I don't know.
I'm like, y'all hate. Feel like
if it's Shador, you're like, he just fired that ball in there. Like, it's going to be interesting to contrast about how we talk about these things when we get here.
Man, somebody said if Aaron Rodgers made that throw, y'all be calling it amazing. But Dillon Gabriel do it, it's a problem.
Adam Letter was ready to tear it all down at the start of that broadcast. Y'all saw how he started that shit off? He was like, Tua is just so accurate. Tua is so amazing. And then Dillon got out there and then threw that pass like, yeah, you call that a tight window throw. I call it reckless. I'm like, wow. We doing this in the broadcast? Like,
wow. We hate it?
I always say this. You can always tell when a color commentary get in there, start hating, they start bringing out that all 22. You don't ever see that shit when it's Pat Mahomes, right? Like, you don't ever see it. Oh, yeah, look at this tight end on the backside of this play that's not part of the progression he missed. Like, okay, he didn't check. That's what we said? Like, all right, Adam. The guy he wasn't looking at, the safety didn't bite towards that way, so he was wide open. But I don't know if he looks that way, if it is. But yeah, it's always like when Deshaun was the quarterback, they brought out that all 22 all the time. You remember that shit? Deshaun's missing this. Deshaun's missing. He's a 200.
Hey.
They had all the graphics. I'm like, damn.
Hey, we brought out the all 22.
Look. Yo, nothing scream you try to get somebody up out of there like when that all 22 starts showing on the CBS feed. like, hold on.
We did a whole pod that was just look at this shit, man.
Look at this shit. Some of this stuff got explanations. I forget who else it was. It was Mark Sanchez did that shit one time to DTR. I remember it because DTR made a nice little tight window throw, and Mark Sanchez was like, I just don't understand why he throwing trick passes. I'm like, what?
Y'all asked about the Jags schedule. After their bye, they're at the Raiders, at the Texans, home against the Chargers, at the Cardinals.
They already beat once, right? So they're probably going to split. The Chargers are better than them. The Cardinals are weird because they play close with everybody.
The Cardinals are weird because they definitely shouldn't be 2-5.
They're 2-5. They're not a good team.
No, I don't think they're that bad.
Every close game they've lost, Cole, they've deserved to lose. Like every single one of them. Because they're always like the Cardinals are always on at the end of red zone. Like you always get to see the last quarter of the Cardinals game unabated. And you're always like, yeah, the Cardinals should have lost. Like always.
It's always something dumb happening, like the running back who drops the ball before he was like easily about to score. Like it's always something stupid. I'm just like, how? Like, what is going on with this team?
Yeah. Oh my God, the Cardinals schedule is brutal. By the way, coming out there bye week, they play Dallas, Seahawks, San Francisco, Jacksonville, Tampa Bay, Los Angeles Rams, Texans, Falcons, Cincinnati, and by the way, Joe Burrow might be back for that game, and then the Rams.
It's over. It's over. They're gonna blow it up.
They might trade us the pick we need, Cole. Okay. They might be the ally that we need in this moment. We need teams who are committed at quarterback to stink. Okay. That's what the Browns need. If we not gonna get the pick, we need Tennessee to get the pick. We need the Cardinals to get the pick.
Yeah, that team is. I
don't know if the Browns will trade up, man. That's a conversation for later. But I don't know if they would trade up.
It's hard to say now because they haven't started their process. Well, they haven't finished their process on any of these quarterbacks. But I will say this: if they think there's a franchise quarterback there, This is the same team that traded 3 first-round picks and gave Deshaun Watson $230 million guaranteed.
Was also a catastrophic mistake, by the way.
I agree.
It was also a catastrophic mistake.
But here's how
that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if they're gonna do that.
Well, that was a mistake. The process was correct, though. Are they anywhere closer to their goals with Baker Mayfield? Are they a Super Bowl team with Baker Mayfield? Probably not.
No.
Got the same amount
especially not with Mike Evans being hurt.
Yeah. So this is a team that shows you that they value the quarterback position, and not just value the quarterback's position. They're not willing to compromise with just okay. They are gonna go for the upgrade. If they think they see a franchise quarterback, yeah, they're gonna go for it. That's what all this is about. Getting an extra first-round pick. Like, I know they need other things that they need to fill, but you don't get a lot of opportunities to take a guy that you like in the first round at the quarterback position.
You know who I like? Spencer Fano. I like Spencer Fano a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the real question here is going to be...
and also Cardinal Tate. Please draft him.
The question is going to be, do they think there's a gap between 1 and 2 in this class? Right. Like, are they okay with Dante Moore? Or are they like, nah, we need to get one of them 15s?
It's just gonna be interesting to see how it all plays out, because we need to see which quarterbacks are coming out.
I'd be shocked at this point if the 2 15s ain't coming out.
Oh, we know Mendoza and Simpson are coming out. I'm not. Yeah. We know they're coming out. I'm talking more so about Dante and Lenoir's. Those are the two where I'm like, I don't know.
Dante.
I think they both should come out, for the record. They should leave. Don't go back.
Yeah, I just don't know where Lenoir's is gonna go.
But that might help out the Browns.
It's like waiting for Lenoir's.
But the thing about Lenoir's with me,
I don't think we the kind of team that can take a dude like Lenoir's.
I was just about to say, that requires a level of patience.
We ain't there.
And a level of job security that I am not positive we have at this organization.
The Browns need to do what they need to do. like I understand what you're saying here, but if they don't think Dante Moore is on the same caliber of prospect as the 2 number 15s in this draft class, then you're gonna have to do what you need to do to get the job done. And look, it's different if you trade 3 first-round picks this year than it would have been with Deshaun, because you trade 3 years of first-round picks. You're only trading 2 years of first-round picks. So
they need so much, especially depending on where that Jags pick ends up, bro. Like, they might not be in a position to do that.
But then look, Bengals needed a lot before they got Joe Burrow. Got to Super Bowl 2 years later.
Yeah, but they were also in position to just take him, though, too. Like, that's the thing. Like,
yeah, you're gonna need a lot. Yeah, it's gonna stretch your resources, but I mean, you're getting the Deshaun Watson contract off your books soon. And let's be real here. What if they solve all their problems and they're picking 16th in the draft every year and they can never find a court? Well, they could be fucking Pittsburgh. I'd rather have the quarterback. Like, me personally, I'd rather have the quarterback and figure it fuck out afterwards. You know, like, offensive line is going to be hit or miss anyways. And I don't think it really, like, there's not a can't miss offensive lineman or offensive tackle in this class.
I think Fano, but that's about it.
I don't know if it's, but like, I like, he's probably around where Membu was.
A lot of people think we should take Membu instead of Mason.
We'll see how that looks in like 10 years.
But
yeah, me personally, we've been looking for quarterback for 20 years, dog. We've hit on left tackles. Okay. we've hit on every other position. Yo, I want to know what it's like to have a quarterback and then have to put pieces around him. I just want to know what that life is like. To be like, man, we just got to get him alive. That would be fantastic. Like, I'll take it. What the fuck? Are you kidding me? You know what I don't want to do? Man, if we could just trade for a veteran, if we just trade for Geno Smith, if we just trade for Tua, like, I don't want to do this again, dog. We literally just got done doing this shit, and it led to us trading it all for Deshaun Watson. Dude, no. I'm absolutely just, if the dude's there and you got the resources to get him, just fucking get him. Like, do you want to be in this position again where we're putting all this shit around him and we're starting Dillon Gabriel?
I don't.
Okay, like, I'm good on that. I don't want to be talking about we could be Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. I want the fucking quarterback, man. Like,
we could be Jalen Hurts and the Eagles.
I try to hear it. I'm done. We've been trying to bet Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. We've been trying to bet all these other teams in the world without the quarterback. I just want to know what it's like to have the quarterback. Okay? We gonna live the Andrew Luck experience? I'll take it. Like,
no, because they destroy Andrew, bro. No.
I'll fucking take it. Over what the alternative is?
The alternative might not be that bad.
The alternative is what we've been living through, Cole. Myles Garrett leaving us at 32 to go play for somebody else, watching him win a championship because we couldn't get the fucking quarterback. And you know what I ain't really trying to do? Every quarterback that's successful in the draft, people be like, man, if we would have just traded up and got him, we would be in a completely different. Just get the fucking quarterback. I'm so tired of these hypotheticals at quarterback. Just if the dude is there, if you have said Ty Simpson, Fernando Mendoza, those are the guys, and one of these teams is calling you like, hey, here's what you got to do to get him. Fucking do it. Okay. Like, what
or we just wait for Lenore.
Nah, man, I'm not trying to get all these goddamn groceries. I ain't got no car.
Let's hold the line and just wait for Lenore. So we can, being patient is a virtue.
Hey, look, if you write on this work thing, I'll give you the credit and all the credit in the world. But man, I'm just saying, dog, if one of those two are there and they're saying to themselves, if they have a super high grade on Lenore and Lenore is going to fall to them, okay, fine, right? But if there is a gap, okay?
you did not sound enthusiastic about that at all. You was like,
That's not what I would do. I'm just gonna be transparent. I was the GM of the Browns. I'm getting one of these two fucking guys. Okay. They look like answers. We've been waiting for it. These are exactly the type of quarterback prospect you think you can win with. Get the fucking guy. That's where I'm at, right? Whatever. If we see some solid performances in the postseason, especially, it's whatever you need to do mode, right? Like, it's all right, Bailey's app. Do your thing, baby. Let's see Shador. Like, if it ain't gonna look great, whatever you need to do, get the guy. That's where I'm at. But if they feel like there's not that much of a difference between Lenore Sellers and Dante Moore and Ty Simpson and Mendoza, I can accept it. It's not what I believe. I think there is a gap that's starting to form, and it's pretty significant. And it's no disrespect to those other two. I just think these two are very strong prospects. But if you're saying there's no gap, I can respect the difference of opinion, and I can respect the decision. Do I think it has a high chance of working out? No, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, do I think Lenore Sellers in Cleveland makes a ton of sense? Given that we need a quarterback to play right now, I'm nervous about it. I'm very nervous about it. It could work. I think there's a lot there with Lenore's game, but boy, I'm nervous as fuck. Like, to be honest, I'm not going to trash him for making that decision, but I can understand it. But if they think there is a gap there, Cole, between these prospects,
I mean, obviously, if they truly believe that there is a gap and that
if they're
if you're
selling
si- if you're s-
themselves the we could be Jalen Hurts while turning that card in for Lenoris, I'm gonna be like, we're gonna fail. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if we're
this is
already
what-
compromising to that point, it's over.
Here's my perception. If when they sort these quarterbacks into whatever tiers they're going to sort them into, whether they believe they're franchise guys, first round talents, second round talents, whatever. If there's a gap between Mendoza and Ty Simpson and Dante Moore and Lenore Sellers, if they honestly feel that way, then yeah, just go get the guy that you want. You know what I'm saying? I'm never gonna be too upset about you just
I'm
trading
always,
up for a quarterback. I'm never gonna be upset about
I'm never going to shit on the team for taking a guy they truly believe in. Even if that guy like Cam Ward, I'm not a believer at all. But hey, you believe in him enough that you took him in number 1 overall. All right, man, I can respect that decision. Like, never going to blame a team for that because you got to. You just can't pass it up.
Yeah.
Like,
we'll see. Also, like it's so early to be trying to have these conversations because we have no idea where these picks go end up.
that's true. We're not going to have
we don't
until December.
Yeah, we're not going to have any real idea where these
There's going to be a lot
of
of action that happens. Like this, the first half of the season is screaming that there's going to be some teams that are going to start losing some games unexpectedly.
And then also, like, there may be teams who have these picks who don't take quarterbacks or have no intention of taking quarterback, which could also push guys down, which could also help the Browns. I also want people to understand this too. Like, I think Ty Simpson and Mendoza are really, really good. There's going to be other guys who play other positions that teams might take over them.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's going to be, that's going to happen. It's going to happen.
It always happens, right?
Yeah, it's always happens. Like Arvell Reese, he's the guy I can see a team like talking themselves into in like the top 3.
No, there's going to be a bunch of teams in the top 10 that are going to talk themselves into the we could be Philadelphia thing.
Yes.
That's why I want to stay away from it.
And I hope and pray, honestly, that it pushes guys down the board.
I think it will, right? Or at least make some picks available that might have not otherwise been. Like, whatever pick Miami gets, I don't think they're taking a quarterback.
They can't because they just paid Tua a bunch of money.
Well, they paid Tua a bunch of money, and they could trade Tua this offseason and, like, save some money on their cap, but they're going to need a year, okay?
But low-key,
I was looking at their roster. They're a pretty old roster. Let me pull them up real quick.
Like, that's low-key how I feel about the Browns. Like, we might need a year.
No. We are at a lot different of place here, right? So if I pull up the calculator here in 2026, so Tyreek's 32. If you're not winning games anytime soon, you gotta get rid of Tyreek. Right?
I will say, I forgot he got hurt because I was about to say they need to trade him, but like he got hurt, so
so they're probably gonna trade Tyreek. They traded for Bradley Chubb. He's 30.
Yeah, you got to get rid of him.
He's gonna have to go, right? So here's another guy who's gonna go, right? Jordan Brooks. They keep a Jordan Brooks, maybe.
How old is Jordan Brooks?
29.
No.
Zach Sealer, 31. Right?
No.
Alex Ingold, 30. Minka, 30.
They just traded for Minka too.
Yeah, they just traded for fucking Minka. Jason Sanders, 30, 31. Right? Like they are James Daniel. They just signed him, 30. So by the time we get to 2026 offseason, by the way. So, and Tua's going to be 28 at that point. Miami is going to probably sell off a lot of old stock. And
they're probably going to trade Bradley Chubb and Jordan Brooks. I look to trade him too.
They're going to have to figure out somebody,
Are they going to trade Waddle?
Yeah.
No, I don't think they will.
He's 28 by the time we get to the offseason. So, I mean, it could happen, but
they should. They could get a lot for Jalen Waddle.
Yeah.
They get a lot for Jalen Waddle. They should trade him.
The Tua contract is interesting because I think there's one football team on earth that will trade for Tua. You know who that football team is?
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, yes.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
1,000%.
1,000.
Trade for Tua.
Yes.
I wonder if
100%.
Mike Tomlin and Brian Flores had debates about this thing.
They would 1,000,000%
Million% trade for Tua, right?
Yes.
Like,
yes, because they're not gonna be able to get up high enough to take a quarterback, unless they take somebody like Brendan Swordsby or like Nussmeier,
yeah.
or somebody like that. But they probably would rather just trade for Tua.
By the way, Nussmeier is the coach's trap this year.
Oh yeah, I've been arguing with Chops. I've been arguing with Chops about this for like weeks.
Nussmeier is half the reason I think we got to fire Kevin, because I think Kevin gonna love Nussmeier.
Yeah, I'm like, no, like that's such a just a nasty. That would be such a nasty thing for them to do.
Because Nussmeier is like, I don't know if Nussmeier gonna be good or not, but Nussmeier is absolutely the guy coaches love.
Yes, 100%.
He's the nose ball guy. He's gonna do fucking amazing in the fucking interview and with his recall on film and all of that. He just has no perception of what he's actually capable of.
Yeah, he don't have the traits to do all the things that he'd be doing
in the SEC,
yes.
Right? Like,
yes.
I've never seen a more Bo Nix peeled player in my life.
Yeah, he feels very Bo Nix to me. He feels extremely Bo Nix to me.
I never bought the hype.
No disrespect to Bo. No disrespect to Bo. But
Bo.
No, he had a pretty good comeback in that game against the Giants. I ain't gonna lie. That was pretty fire. I'm not gonna lie.
That whole game was just serious.
Because like I've seen people doing the whole like we should have tried the Jackson Dart thing, and I'm like, nah, I'm not ready to be on that shit.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah,
just no.
He was out there tweeting about the culture being changed, and I was like, man, ain't nothing fucking changed over there.
I also said Cam Scatterby changed the culture.
Jackson Dart immediately threw an interception.
Did Scatterby?
No, y'all understand. That's about FOMO on Jackson Dart. Potential FOMO. He didn't say he had it, but he's like, I might be starting to develop some FOMO over Jackson Dart. I look up at my screen, and Jackson Dart threw a nasty interception.
Let me tell you something. God is always right on time. He's like, you don't gotta feel no FOMO. You good?
Watch him throw an interception to the linebacker on mesh. Okay,
I was like, he was like, you don't gotta feel nothing, bro. You good? You ain't even saying nothing.
Linebacker, like, oh, I got the ball. Spurred a whole comeback. That was amazing.
Kia said we gotta mess around and draft more. That's not a bad outcome to me.
With Dante Moore?
Yeah, that's not a bad outcome to me.
I'll take that.
Again,
I'm a believer. Yeah,
not gonna be mad at that. You know, he hasn't played as much football, so like I would be concerned about how long we can keep him on the bench and develop him. But you know, it'd probably be a similar thing like with Drake May with some of these guys, where it's like people were so on Drake May's ass early in his career, and I was like, guys, he's 20.
Yeah, Dante's 22, isn't he?
Yeah, Dante's super young.
I mean, Dante is 20 as well. It sounds like I'm saying.
Like 22, yeah, but he's 20. Yeah, Dante is super young. So,
how old is Ty?
Ty's not old. I think he's a true junior, right?
Oh yeah, I don't think he's old.
That's also the difference between this class too. Is like 22. He'll be 22.
He's 22. Ty Simpson's 22
by the time we get to the draft.
Okay, so he'll be 23. Okay.
Yeah.
Fernando Mendoza he'll be 23, I believe, at the draft.
Let me look that up to confirm.
He might be 22.
No, he's 22. He's already turned 20. He just turned 22.
Okay, he just turned 22.
First of his birthday, he'll be 22 by the time he goes in the draft.
And then Lenoris and Dante are both 20.
Lenoris is a fucking teenager still, right?
I think he just turned 20.
Yeah. Lenoris is on that. He gonna be on that. Yeah, he gonna be freshly able to drink after he gets drafted. He's on that fucking Anthony Richardson age.
See, that's the thing that I think is gonna make Lenoris, like, especially with the Browns, when you know how they approach prospects.
Lenoris, the fucking Eagles.
No,
yeah. This feels like some, because the Eagles always get somebody that we're like, he's going to go way earlier. He falls a little bit, and the Eagles to swoop around and fucking get him. We know they're lurking for a quarterback. They almost drafted Shador last year.
Mhm.
Watch them fucking get Lenoris.
I think we need to
place for him to go.
We need to start seriously considering that, like, knowing how Andrew Berry values like youth, especially in the first 2 rounds of the draft. Like, he's real big on taking I think the 2 most or 3 most recent Browns draft, he's always taken like the youngest player in the draft or some of the youngest players in the draft. Like, there's always somebody who tweets out who the youngest players in the NFL draft are. I'm pretty sure the Browns pick players from that list. Pick players from that list the last 3 years.
They've been less strict on it over the last couple of years, right?
But they still do it though.
They still
you
do
see
it.
What I'm saying?
They're not super beholden to it.
Yeah,
right.
like they still find out, like, because I think Harold Fannin and Dylan Sampson were 2 of the youngest players in the draft.
But like,
and they
was 22, right? Like,
yeah. But they when there's guys who are super young and super talented, like, they're always like sniffing around that. Yeah, he's 21, and then they always sniff around that. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're like sniffing around.
21?
Yeah, they draft young.
22.
Yeah, they draft young. That's what they do. I wouldn't be surprised if they were sniffing around Dante and Lenoris. Like, seriously.
22. Yeah, Dante and Lenoris. Dante's also not going to be 21 until he starts rookie camp. So,
yeah, they're going to be in on that. They're going to be in on that for sure.
But I also think if the prospect reaches a certain level, they got it.
Yeah, it just depends. It's like, also, like, how do you view the youth? How do you view like what he's doing at 20
versus
compared to like
Mendoza
and Mendoza were doing at 20?
I think the difference with that with quarterback is linear progress is not a given with the position as much as it is with others. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he's got like Mendoza's at this point, but it's not a given that guy's going to get to that point as much as it is for like a tight end. So you might just be saying to yourself, hey, this guy's already at this point. Like, and that's rare. That's extremely rare. So you might just have to go there. And like with a guy like Mendoza, who's at a very advanced level, like the big question wasn't really the tape with him. The tape guys fucking love Mendoza already before the season started. It was really just like, okay, how does he respond to playing big college football?
Yeah, big time.
We've seen it. It's like he responds well. He's had some of the more impressive moments of a quarterback this year, especially after throwing that interception, driving down the field. So
I will say though, because it looks like they're on track to play Ohio State, the Big Ten title game.
Hey man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care what that game looks like.
I do. I care.
I'll be honest. I'm letting that one slide because I don't think anything can compare you for what Ohio State has looked like defensively this year.
I want to see what he looks like.
I'm willing to allow for an outlier game that week. Now, if you're still going to get to the playoffs, so I do expect a strong playoff performance against a team not Ohio State. But man, yeah, I don't know if I'm evaluating guys based on how they look against Ohio State this year. I feel like that's going to make me down on a lot of guys who I really shouldn't be down on.
I am, and this is why I am, because if he played well against that defense, you would be like, oh my God.
Well, no, it's one of those. It's like, it's one of those where it's like, hey man, if he balls out, yeah, of course. I had low expectations, but if he has bad in that game, I'm letting it slide. I'm good. I understand.
If he go into that game and he throw like 4 picks, I'm gonna be like, ooh.
It'll be like, hey, bro, that's tough. How do you respond to it is what I care about, right? Like, I'm not going to be out here freaking out. Like, if you come back the next week and you beat who else in the fucking playoff conversation? The Alabama or Georgia? You beat Georgia in the first round, or you have a great game against Georgia in the first round. After that, I'm going to be like, yeah, man, I'm not tripping off that one game. And because you still do have the Oregon game, right? Like, he has demonstrated that.
Yeah,
top team. So if that were his only big game, I would be with you on that. But see, he's played other big games. I'm not going to be out here making much assumptions off that Ohio State game because I just don't think that's a normal team.
also like another thing too. Another reason why I'm not like super duper down on Lenoris like some other people, that South Carolina team is not good, bro.
That's true.
They're not good.
I'm just worried that they're really cementing some hard habits for him to develop out of.
Yeah, like that. It could go either way, but it's like, hey, I know the situation around you is bad,
and throwing him into a situation where he will be in a similar spot is not going to do much for, again, the Eagles going to hit a lick. Okay. They're going to hit a nasty lick.
And I don't want the Browns to let them do it either.
No. Browns might trade on the pick, man.
Like I don't want them to do
the Browns might be like, yeah, we'll move back to 32 with our second pick of the draft.
And I'll be so pissed if they do
take
that.
An extra first, and we'll be pissed at the time. But much like the trade they made with the Jaguars, we might see it all the way through and be like, I don't love that you gave the Eagles the quarterback, but we ain't in the fucking NFC. Okay, so
nah, man, I'd rather you just take him.
Yeah, look, man, I'm just preparing the league. That is a quarterback who is absolutely going to a team with a quarterback.
Oh, yeah, and people need to watch out for the Rams, too, because they're going to be traded up.
Yeah. Some fucking offensive genius is going to get their hand on Lenoris and hit a lick. That's not a move available to the Browns, in my opinion, right now, unless things change drastically by the time we get to the draft.
Yeah, we're gonna see.
We just not that kind of team, dog. We not about the. We don't have the facilities to facilitate that kind of growth. Andy Reid about to hit a lick or some shit like that.
Andy Reid not gonna hit no lick, but
you don't think Andy Reid would be like, you know what, Pat, we got the future. How old will Pat be in 3 years?
He'd be 33.
Maybe 33, about to be 34. Hey, cold world, dog. We're about to see Pat Mahomes in a Raiders jersey.
No, they're never going to be able to get rid of Pat.
It's the nastiest jersey you could imagine Pat in.
Oh, Browns one.
We was having fun.
I'm just saying.
We was having fun. Daniel, when Daniel put that shit out after Thursday night, I was like, damn. Did you see his tweet? Immediately, he was like, Joe Flacco has thrown for more touchdowns in the last 10 days. So I was like, damn, what the fuck, Daniel? It is Thursday. Why are you doing this?
Somebody said, man, you jokers act like we haven't seen Shador tape and his stats. Man, I'm not living in a world where I think he's the franchise quarterback.
Can we talk about the tape and the stats? Because when the fuck did it become ironclad? Like, it was never ironclad. It was decent. It was good.
This tape was fine. People make it seem like, oh, it's the best tape I ever seen. I'm like, okay, cut on that Oregon tape.
I mean, like, also, I've never heard a good response for like, hey, who's the big team in college football that he beat?
He didn't beat anybody.
Because he didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't.
A point that I've been making for like a year and a half. But like, and then also like the Nebraska game, we didn't even got to go to Oregon.
The BYU game was horrible.
BYU game. Like, I get that Shador's tape is better than the average 5th round picks tape. You got it. I agree with you.
Right. It's not groundbreaking.
But it wasn't. Y'all, the way people are making it out, like it was John Elway at fucking Stanford or Andrew Luck at Stanford. And it's like, it was good tape. It had a lot of flaws in it. His pocket management, him drifting in the pocket, right? The processing seemed like it was a tad bit slow from where it needed to be on time in that offense. But he did have really nice, accurate throws on his tape. But not going to sit here. Like, I've heard somebody say that Shador had one of the best college careers of all time. I'm just like, what the fuck were y'all watching?
No. But you know who did?
Who?
Dillon Gabriel.
Don't do that.
I mean, statistically.
He had one of the longest college careers of all time. If we're being honest. Dillon was good, was a really good quarterback in college for the longest anybody has ever done it.
Yes.
I would not say Dillon was one of the best college quarterbacks of all time.
Statistically
Wouldn't even come close.
Statistically speaking, he was up there.
Yeah, I mean, the longevity in a sport that's been capped at 3 to 4 years of play will do that, right? Playing 6 seasons.
Hold on, something happened? Oh, we got Russell Wilson. We got Russell Wilson and Sean Payton beef.
What? In 2025? What's happening?
Ooh. Ooh, we got beef, y'all.
Oh, okay. So Sean Payton said something and Russ fired back.
Hold on.
So they found a little spark with their quarterback, Sean Payton says. I was talking to John Mara not too long ago, and I said that we were hoping from a change from Wilson to Dart would have happened long after our game. Russell Wilson said, classless, but not surprised. Didn't realize you're still bounty hunting 15 plus years later through the movie. 3 wild emojis. He had the cool shade emoji, the crying, and then the sideways cry with let's ride in between them.
Oh, that is
It's like if you get rolled. This is like if Magic Johnson clapped back to you on Twitter, he said all that shit at the end of it. Let's ride. He said,
let's ride. He said, let's ride.
Didn't realize you're still bounty hunting 15 plus years later through the media.
Ooh, we got beef.
He said, fuck old buddy.
Oh, shit.
Hey, man, I can't wait for Russ to join the media.
Oh, that's him and fucking Richard Sherman. That's gonna be funny,
bro.
Him and Richard Sherman on Amazon Prime. Richard might strangle him on air. I don't know.
Now they're gonna have Russ on the Fox pregame replacing Terry Bradshaw.
Because Richard does not like Russ at all. Literally, he hates him.
They need to be on rival broadcast teams. You know what I mean? It was like, remember when Jalen Rose and Chris Webber were beefing? And one was on TNT and the other one was on ESPN? And it was like, the shots through the show. You're like, oh, shit. What's Chris Webber going to say about this on Tuesday? Right? You need Richard to say something on Thursday and Russ to respond on a Sunday. Russ clearly tired of us, by the way. But yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. We got anything else to say about quarterbacks in the draft?
No, we want to talk about the Cavs a little bit because basketball tips off tonight, and
we can talk about the Lakers. I
was going to talk about how everyone's so excited about the NBA getting back on NBC. I'm like, hey man, y'all gonna be disappointed. I'm just telling y'all that right now.
You got a beef with NBC, I've noticed.
It's just everyone's saying, oh man, it's gonna be nostalgic. We're so back. I'm like, brother, they just gonna play round ball rock and y'all gonna eat it up. I'm like, and I'm looking at the commentators they got. I'm like, Mike Tirico gonna have to carry, and Noah Eagle got his moments. I'm not gonna lie, but
they wear that motherfucker out.
They are.
It's so funny who Curtis though. Who Curtis they got problems with.
Curtis be picking the randomest beefs.
Well, I like NBC. I ain't gonna lie, but just
people like he pick like food arguments he want to get into with people on the fucking internet. They be random as shit. You just be on Twitter, you be hear Curtis argue about like, oh yeah, I like Reese cups, but only the puff kind. I'm like, what the fuck is he on?
It's like, why you got beef with everybody about everything, bro?
Yeah, bro. Like you fuck people who like peanut butter cookies. Like you like Reese cups. Like,
I can't like peanut butter cookies.
Like, damn. Red Velvet Cake is overrated. Like, he just be popping up with all these takes. Like, what the fuck be happening? He was like, yeah, they gonna live on Noah Eagle. I'm like, damn, bro, he like this with commentary. That's why Curtis our dog.
Hating everything, just hating, waking up, hating.
No, Curtis hates and loves. Okay, like his love is what got him convicted of what he did to Geno Smith. By the way, I've never seen a hive just retreat the way that Geno Hive has retreated. It was so strong last year. Mina Kimes was posting every Geno Smith throw that he made that was slightly impressive. And now everybody is nowhere to be found on this.
Hey, did we cook Curtis for what Mina was actually doing?
Yeah, look, that's who you should have blamed, Curtis.
Did we cook Curtis for
Nah, man. I know Mina Khan slander around here. She average ball knower right there. Not gonna disrespect me like that.
Okay. You should have threw Corey under the bus or somebody else.
Yeah, you should have threw her under the bus. I don't know what's going on.
No, absolutely not.
You know what you should have did in that moment? Corey didn't like Sean Junkins. Like y'all didn't say nothing to him.
People was on Corey ass, bro. Corey ass.
People should have had nothing to do with scouting running backs too. They was talking about quarterbacks. It was like, well, you was wrong about Quinshaw. I'm like, I know how that feel because they've been on my ass about Perion Winfrey since that happened. Okay, like they find out you done fucked up one time, they ain't never letting it go. Okay, they on your ass forever.
Oh man.
It's like, you've never been right about a player. You like Perion. I'm like, damn, I like J.O.K. too. You got Cole out here encouraging it.
Yeah, cook him.
Yeah. What about Perion? Hey. Why that shot come from behind me? Okay. Me and Cole arguing about a player. Man, fuck you. You like Perion. Oh, what? I like CJ. You like Anthony Richardson. Hey. Okay.
You talk about some context. They don't context.
Context. I said I can understand why somebody would do it. Okay.
Oh, so you admit that you like shitty players.
Fuck you, Quincy. Damn. Sometimes people be so mad at me about football. I swear I'm talking about something more important. Like, ain't no way you mad at me about football like this, dog. Like, the amount of stuff people be saying to me, I'm like, because I thought Dillon Gabriel was decent last week. Like, damn, this is insane. Fucking hilarious. It's gonna get funnier during the Cavs season.
It absolutely is.
Because I'm expecting Evan to have a bit of an efficiency slump as he gets used to taking care of this ball and being the main guy on offense. But boy, Twitter gonna act like that's the hell breaking loose. They gonna be like, oh, it's the worst thing ever. He's regressed. Let's get to super chats.
All right, let's get to these super chats. These two are from Aquilon. Q wanted to ask you why you like players that like to fight, spark, etc., but say aesthetics of coaches yelling is unnecessary. Do you switch up so much because you live in Atlanta now? Got used to scamming.
Damn. I gave you a shout out horn and everything. I take that shit back. Fuck you.
He said you was
damn. Damn. Gonna tell everybody where I live too. What the fuck wrong with you?
What you do to Aquilon, man?
I don't know. Like, damn. All right. But in all seriousness, I think it's one thing if you have players who like to fight and bark. You don't want the coaches to be getting personal fouls and shit. Like, there's a difference in expectation there with who you're expecting to act like what. And I don't be saying I want the whole fucking team to be like that. I'm saying you need one guy on each side of the ball to be like that. So I don't see those two as the same. But yeah, I'm not really, I don't know. I don't really care about if the coach has this kind of aesthetic about him where it seems like he yells a lot. I don't find that to be a useful style of leadership when it comes to coaching. I don't find a lot of people who feel like they learn in those kind of environments, but to each his own. Let's get to the next one.
All right, this is from Aquilon again. If Browns keep winning, if the Browns keep winning, can you see them training up to take a QB if we're higher in the draft than expected? And when you say we're not there yet, do you mean the team itself or the prospects tanking?
I think we answered that one.
We had a whole segment.
Whole segment on that one.
Yeah, but refer to whatever clip Curtis is about to put up after we get done on the show.
These three are from Ray Rax. This first one, you can go to hell with this one. I'm not letting Curtis slide. Don't blame John Rivers for you telling Jim to sell the ball, sir. This is your fault. Man,
this is your fault. It is your fault.
Man, fuck you, Ray Rax, anyway.
Wow. Take it back. Take it back. You go
take it back before we make you apologize to Ray Rags later.
we gonna have to press charges on behalf of Mr. Rags. Okay.
Hey, we'll hit for Ray. Don't do that.
He can hit you like one of them Karens, be like, I pay your salary. Okay.
Yeah. We rolling with Ray.
He got it right.
Yeah, we rolling with Ray for sure.
Yeah.
All right, next one's from Ray Rags again. Shout out to the Dude Wipe jerseys. We're 2-0 with them.
The Alpha Dogs.
Facts.
That's hilarious that we're good at those jerseys.
We might need to make that the main thing.
Is it the helmet? Because all the best Browns moments in the last few years have been when we ain't wearing the orange helmet, dog.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. The All Browns don't look as bad as I thought they were going to.
I want to see what they look like at night. I think they look pretty clean at night.
Yeah, they don't look as bad as I thought.
Shame they don't have a night game this year. It would have been cool.
They don't have anything close.
Yeah.
that rain game with the cloud, that's as dark as it's gonna get in that fucking stadium while the Browns are playing it.
Maybe next year.
Yeah, they're gonna have.
Well, they do. Well, the flex scheduling will probably take off, but
You think they give it the game just because it's like Shador plays at the end?
I feel like
Maybe.
if they give, I feel like the only game that's
The Monday
flex-worthy
night game?
potential. No, I feel like
The
only
Titans game.
that could be a Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
That they could do that. They could literally do that.
If it's Shador and Cam Ward, they will 100% flex that game.
They will literally flex it to a Thursday night game, or let Fox or CBS take out that late window.
Y'all, we don't need to put that on national TV.
Look,
we don't, but they probably would.
Look, the next couple of games for Thursday, we got this Thursday night game is going to be the Vikings and the Chargers, and the following week is the Ravens and the Dolphins. Then the week after that is the Raiders and the Broncos. Then we got the Jets and the Patriots. Like, they could flex some of these games out.
I'm good. I'm good. Well, we'll see. Is that another Alpha Dog game?
Yeah, the Titans game, another Alpha Dog game. Yeah.
Oh. Hey, pray for Cam Ward.
Tell you. Are we playing in Tennessee or are we playing here?
Yes.
Here.
Ooh, pray for Cam Ward. Pray for Cam Ward. And you know what? It ain't even Miles he got to worry about. It's Carson.
Yeah.
Carson, he start running around back there. Carson love hitting a motherfucker like that. You want to dance? He didn't stand over. That was nasty what he did. Was it to A-Chain?
I think it was the A-Chain.
Ooh, god damn. Wait till he gets stronger.
Next one is from Ray Rex again. I'll also say I was the one who told Q about the tweet curse. I couldn't let that slide on Sunday when I saw it. All right.
We appreciate your cooperation, Ray Rex.
This next one. Thanks for watching Q stream to know I told him.
Oh yeah, he did inform me about the John Rivers thing. Absolutely. So the super chat in, Curtis blaming it on John Rivers. He didn't even put what you were blaming it on. I knew what he was saying.
This one is from Ray Rax again. Cole, I didn't realize there were people out here more delusional and wrong than Domo. If I've been in these spaces with you, Q, I understand why you don't come in very often.
Domo's hilarious, man. Domo is so funny.
Cole love people way more than me because he do them spaces, and I'm just like, I don't think I could do it, dog.
You pop in every now and then.
Once in a while, but I'll be popping in, I'll be saying my thing, and then my phone stop working. Like, I'm not there to take a bunch of questions. Cole be in there just hearing the community out. I'm like, man, this is why Cole is better at community management than I am. Okay? I say what I say, I get the fuck out.
I'll let people respond. I'm trying to hear what y'all think.
Yeah.
All right. Next one is from Cam's Cut Up. See, I'll catch any Brendan Sorsby from Cincinnati, QB4.
Cam's been trying to get me on to Brendan Sorsby, man. I don't. The Cam's Cincinnati.
He been all right.
I haven't watched him, if I'm being honest.
I know Corey likes him a lot. I haven't watched him.
Brendan Sorsby will be a after the season project for me, but yeah.
How mad we gonna be when we take a tackle and a wide receiver and then they draft Brendan Sorsby.
Knowing me, because like Jaden Maeva has become what Jackson Dart was for you last year, where I was like, yeah, he's fun. And then all of a sudden, right after that, people start turning him into fucking John Elway. And I'm like, oh, guys, I didn't mean it like that. That's what Maeva was before that. Well, he threw those 2 interceptions versus Notre Dame. I don't know if that's going to change how people feel about him. But I was like, man, I was just having fun watching Jaden Maeva. And now people are taking it too seriously. I saw Chris Sims, I think Corey pointed out, Chris Sims put him in the top 5. I was like, what the fuck? Jaden Maeva.
Oh, no.
I was like, hey, this was a day 2 fun conversation.
Hey, one thing I'll say about Brendan Sorsby, I know he got the Corey co-sign, but one thing I'll say about Brendan Sorsby is the stats look good at least.
Yeah, I gotta watch.
I haven't watched them.
I've watched many quarterbacks over the course.
It's
18 touchdowns. Right, 18 touchdowns, 1 pick. He's 6'3", 21. 1,700 yards. I don't know who he's played for real.
The only tough team he's played is Iowa State before they were unranked.
So. The Nebraska game was really bad, but that was first game of the year. It happens. That happens. What else we got? BG. Yeah. Nah. Kansas, Iowa State was fortunate, and he struggled in that one. Yeah, his worst games are the 2 best teams he played.
I gotta watch him. I gotta watch him. I've heard him enough that I gotta watch him. I think I'll probably get to it after the season.
Yeah, that feels like an after season. I'm not about to sit here and watch Cincinnati games in my spare time.
Let's say Cincinnati gets into the top 15. They might win the Big 12. So,
Yeah, like if there's a Big 12 championship.
Apparently, Texas is a 7th-ranked team in the country, 5th in the Big 12.
They've been good, really good.
Texas Tech
spending that money. That's what's happening. They got that Jordan Patrick Mahomes money. They spending that shit. Any team that mysteriously gets good at college football over a course of a year or 2, it's money. Okay.
Oh yeah, the programs that you didn't know were loaded, but now they got NIL, so now they can spend that money on the football team.
It's competitive again. How that happen?
NIL changed everything, man. NIL changed
Yeah. I was Southern Methodist, always competitive. You know, like there can't be that much talent in Texas. No, but there is money. Like, there is money.
All right, next one is from Ray Rags. That was why Tom was mad. He knew Joe would force feed Chase and they couldn't do shit to stop it.
Hey, Joe, first half, he was doing the bullshit. And then at some point in the second quarter, he was like, you know what I'm going to do? Find the money. Where's number one?
Hey, somebody said, hey,
buddy, and run that route.
Somebody was like, it's like, hey, playing cover 3 against Joe Flacco is a death sentence. And Mike knew that Joe was like, oh, y'all still playing cover 3? Bet.
20 years Joe Flacco team tells you do not play cover 3 versus Joe Flacco. And all the Steelers were playing for like 3 quarters was nothing but cover 3.
It's like, oh, y'all think this sweet.
Bro, they had my homie Derek Bell, Steelers DB. He was like, bro, what are we in this shit for? And I knew they were fucked because they interviewed Mike Tomlin at the halftime, and it was like, hey, man, do you think it's a problem that you're leaving Jamar Chase 1-on-1? The coverage isn't the problem. It's the fact that we're not getting pressure. Oh, so we are fucked. Okay, cool. Like, that's what's going on. You're about to stay in cover 3. That's going to be the whole fucking game. Oh, there's nobody more fucking fraudulent than the Steelers on Thursday night. Whatever we turn into when we go to Pittsburgh, they turn into on Thursday night. They are the worst Thursday night team in the NFL.
It's so funny.
It's literally hilarious.
Yeah, it's like they're at Cleveland, they're at Pittsburgh game. It's the fucking Thursday night game every year.
This is from Rex Fortune. He says, I don't think Curtis cursed Geno. He committed a worse crime, riding without a license. I've been a Geno fan for a while.
Because you a dick right without a license.
Curtis is still a part of the team.
Come on, man. We like Curtis. We got to do that. We got to do that.
What the fuck was that?
Man, y'all making us defend Curtis, man.
The Browns won by 25 points. Why are we this angry? Got Akallah being angry at me. What's all this anger, bro? Browns win by more than 2 touchdowns for the first time in 2 years. We out here just angry. We having fun. Y'all leave Curtis alone.
Exactly.
Dick riding without a license.
That's crazy. I'm like, you know what, man? Curtis certainly has been a Geno fan for a while. He's not a fake Geno fan.
So if he had a license, it would have been okay?
You know, he had his license. Like he was registered.
It's okay if you register.
Yeah, he registered. You know what I mean? He was just a little rambunctious. That's all.
All right, let's go to the next one before me and Q stay on this.
Yeah, enough. This is from Cam's Cutos. Do you think some of DG's misses are HT related? I don't know what he means by that.
Height related?
No.
Height related? No.
I think he just has a tendency to miss high. It happens. That some quarterbacks have that tendency, tall or short. He has a tendency.
Baker does that. Baker misses high all the time.
Well, I mean, Baker's short too, but
yeah, I was saying.
Yeah, I think that's why we jumped to it is because we remember Baker having that issue, and people kind of erroneously put it on height. I just think some guys are just not always accurate, and I think that's the case with Dillon. I think he has spurts where Dillon is like supremely accurate, and there are spurts where Dillon is just a little off, and it's usually high. And that was the same way in college when height was less of a factor, you know. So it's not height. It's just Dillon. Dillon missed high. You know how much Dillon Gabriel I've had to watch over the last 3 months?
How much?
Just a ridiculous amount. 2 years at Oklahoma, all of the Oregon stuff. I know this guy. But yeah, he's always had a tendency to miss high.
All right, next one is from Brandon Peterson. If Cincy doesn't get Caleb Downs to trade, it's worth it. I mean,
yeah. Or Orville Reese.
Keep them out this division, please.
Look,
The Ravens making me nervous because they will 100% draft our priorities.
the Ravens are going to get Lamar Jackson back.
Yeah, I need them to win games. Like
The Ravens are going to win games. They're going to get Lamar Jackson back, and they're probably going to be close to winning the division by the end of the year. But yeah, that was my thing. And some people were calling it cope. I'm like, why would I be upset about Joe Flacco playing well with the Bengals, man? Like, I don't care how Joe Flacco looks with the Bengals. I'm happy for him. But I was like, it's what's best for business is the Bengals being mediocre enough to justify making no changes. Like, need them to use that 15th pick on a fucking tight end. You got a nice.
Hold on.
Yeah,
What's going on with this? What's going on with this? Hold on.
What?
This Logan Whiteside's the Woodside stuff. Hold on.
Sometimes Kobe stops because the story's breaking, and the way he stops makes me think that the Browns have like traded Deshaun Watson or something like that. And then he's like, "Oh man, Russ sent a clapback tweet at Sean Payton."
Oh, people were just
meaning
making jokes about wording. That's all. Phrasing.
All right, next one is from Rex Fortune. I know it's early, but y'all watch any Chris Bell out of Louisville? He seems like the wide receiver we need. Size and contact balance. Had a great game
all
versus
these
Miami
at the end of the year.
and what was a hilarious game.
Yeah, these are end of the year projects for me. Like quarterback,
Chris Bell's
I could pay attention to during the year, but yeah,
Chris Bell's really good. He's really good.
I'm hearing the wide receivers are good.
There's 4 that are definitely going in the first round for sure.
I'm hearing that it's a very deep class.
Tyson, Lemon, Tate, and Bell are they're all going to go in the first round.
Which is why, Cole, when the Eagles come and knocking, talk about move back a little bit. You know, y'all already took y'all quarterback. Let us take Ladoris. Andrew Berry will absolutely do that and take the 4th wide receiver off the board at pick 30. Yeah, it's about to happen.
I don't want it to happen.
You imagine they go from Jalen Hurts to getting super Jalen Hurts?
I'll be so angry. It's
like, hey, it's Jalen Hurts, but he might make some of those deep throws. Because every time I watch the Eagles, there's like 2 or 3 touchdowns, deep ball touchdowns that Jalen Hurts just egregiously misses on. I'm like, he's a good quarterback, but like, dog, like it's gotta drive you fucking nuts.
No, you know what I called him in one of my group chats? Super Bowl merchant.
You said what?
I thought Jalen Hurts is a Super Bowl merchant.
Super Bowl merchant is crazy.
He's like he hooping them Super Bowls, but man, every other game.
He'll give you that one game where you like, damn.
It's
man,
always the Super Bowl.
You watch him, you just be like, what the fuck?
And he clutched though, because when they need him to ball out in the Super Bowl, he does every time.
Right when you know what Jalen Hurts is, he'd have got right when you said the fucking tweet talking shit about him is right when he turns it around.
Yeah, that's when he started hooping.
He is untweetaboutable. Okay, like,
untweetaboutable.
Yes, bro. I never said no victory laps about Jalen Hurts. I'd be like, nope, let it sit. Let it sit. You out here victory lapping week 10. He went to fucking Super Bowl. Okay, like. By the way, all year, every time the Eagles take an embarrassing loss and I see Cowboy fans celebrating it, the Cowboys immediately follow it up with one of their worst losses of the year. Because then the Eagles lost to the Giants on Thursday Night Football last week. And then right after that, the fucking Panthers beat the Cowboys. It's like every time the Eagles take an embarrassing L, it's been twice this year. The Cowboys follow that shit right up with just some of the nastiest losses that they could take. Those teams are just made for each other.
Yeah, that's bro. Did you hear what Woody Johnson said about Justin Fields?
I don't imagine this is going to be good for Justin.
Oh man, it's so bad. Great for Aaron Glenn, but it's absolutely a vote of confidence for Aaron Glenn in this situation.
What did he say?
Oh man, he He said, if you look at any head coach with a quarterback like that, you're going to see similar results. Holy shit.
Jalen Hurts is like his own category of quarterback. Because I've never seen somebody who has lacked the amount of success that he has convince people that he's better than he is. Like, it's that Jimmy Garoppolo tier. Well, no. Jimmy had success. That was Jimmy's whole thing. It's like somebody, I think on TikTok said that he is the best bad quarterback of all time.
Jalen Hurts?
Yes, not Jalen Hurts.
Justin Fields?
Yes.
The best bad quarterback
Yes.
of all time.
They were like, because like Jalen Hurts had a stat or something where he hasn't thrown an interception in any of his losses. He's the first quarterback to never throw an interception and lose 5 games. And it's like, yo, he's the best bad quarterback of all time. Like, you can't win with him.
Oh man, that is something. That's something, bro.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Damn, I feel bad for Justin. Oh, I feel bad for Justin.
Well, he gonna go back to Pittsburgh.
I don't know what he gonna do, but he can't stay there.
Just an axe being cut.
Well, they paying him what, $10 million a year or 20 million?
Yeah, they can't cut him. So.
Yeah, they can't cut him, but god damn, I wish y'all would cut me after that.
He said, with that at quarterback, what was worse? Them saying that or the Browns being like, hey, we swung and missed Deshaun right fucking there.
No, this is absolutely worse. This is 100%. This is 100% worse. 100% worse.
Actually playing for your team right now.
Yeah, like we all know the
That's why I always say, man,
it's over.
Every owner in the league is terrible.
That is something, bro.
He said, hey man, you see what we got at quarterback.
What he said, man, what he's supposed to do?
Y'all expect, bro. He out here playing Justin Fields. Somebody on Twitter would respond.
He said, man, what the fuck you think he gonna do?
He's a miracle worker.
Hey, Jimmy need to say that for Cam. I was like, man, what you think? What you think?
You know what I'm waiting for? Are we gonna? You know what Groundhog Day is for Kevin's job?
What's that?
Are we gonna get the Albert Breer tweet during the bye week? Because you know they're gonna reassess, huh?
You said the Albert Breer tweet during the bye week?
Yeah, because there's always Albert Breer that post whether Kevin's job security is there or not.
Right.
So if they meet during the bye week and we get the Albert Breer tweet, the Browns really aren't looking to make changes at head coach. Yeah. That's going to be Groundhog's Day. If we leave that week with no tweet, it's over. Okay. It's over.
It's over, dog.
Yeah,
it's
look,
done.
Just so y'all know, that's the Groundhog's Day. If they get past the bye week and we haven't heard from Albert Breer about the Browns organization, yeah, Kevin AC is shadow big dog. He gonna be out there coaching with Sean McVay. He gonna be out there, the new coach of the Atlanta Falcons. Okay, like trying to figure out my picks. Like, they might fire their coach.
Oh man, what's the next one, Curtis? We got super distracted. I apologize.
Yeah. From Kira, I don't know. Browns do anything, even if it's normal and everyone freaks stuff out. It's always pushing a narrative. I just hope we get a QB and be good soon, so we can stop the nonsense whenever we do something.
Amen.
Go ahead.
Amen, bro. I just wanted to stop. It's so annoying. You can't even talk about this. You can't talk about the team without people being weird about the fucking team, man. It's like I don't get it.
The Browns, like it is a exercise, and like the Browns could literally do anything, and people will find a way to make it negative. Like, Hey, the Browns swapped 2 identical corners for one they could keep under contract longer and cheaper. Oh man, he traded the better corner. It's like, okay, we found a way to make that negative cool. Oh, the Browns hit on every pick in their draft class, literally. Oh, well, I don't know. I haven't seen anybody find a way to shit on that. Like that.
Oh, I have. People started doing the
Too late.
Mason
we
Graham
should have took guys at premium positions.
Oh, you know what they're doing? We can't team build, but we can pick talent, which is ironic because this fan base fucking loves John Dorsey, who absolute terrorist at team building. Right? Like, John Dorsey is the same guy who traded for Wyatt Teller and then also drafted a guard. Like,
we later traded away
for a guard. Did he trade him? Well, was he part of the Wyatt Teller thing? No.
Yeah. He Dorsey traded for Wyatt Teller.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who he traded Corbett for.
For some picks,
I think for some picks.
He didn't trade him immediately to where he was successful. Hold on, let me look that up. I was about to say the first picture that popped up for Austin Corbett ain't look like no damn Austin Corbett. I guess he did trade him straight to the Rams. Yeah, for a 5th round pick. You traded the guy you took number 33 overall.
Is Austin Corbett still in the league?
Yeah, he's good. He's on the Panthers now, but he's got like 3 contracts.
Well, that's the guy you guys want back.
Hey man, I'm blaming the Browns' offensive line problems on John Dorsey now. If he wouldn't have relied on Greg Robinson in 07, in 2017, maybe we would have our tackle. Let's get to the next one.
All right, next one is from Ray Rags. I don't think people get that the O-line hasn't just been bad, it's been catastrophic at times, so they seem like they don't trust anything for pass plays.
Yeah, man, it's a problem. It's going to be a problem for literally every quarterback in there.
Yeah, it's just there's nothing they can do.
Well, I mean, there is something they can do. It's just not going to help them. There's always something you can do. How much it's going to help? I don't know. You could say fuck it and just sign Curtis and let Curtis play on his line. That is something you could do. It just ain't going to help nobody, bro. I don't know what the solution is. They've already condensed the offense to run a heavy personnel order. I think they need to say fuck it and just spread it out every once in a while. Just switch it up. Now you're too predictable. I don't know. That's probably not going to work either.
Next one is from Autistic Kid. That Carson pick was bittersweet because it means no JOK. That wouldn't go that far because JOK could play again. He could.
Yeah, JOK could play again.
Yeah,
from what I was told.
It's more about getting cleared than anything.
Yeah, that's basically what's the issue. He just has to get cleared.
Yeah, he just got to find a doctor to clear him. It's kind of like what a lot of pro wrestlers go through is where they struggle to find doctors to clear them for return.
Next one is from David Minor. Some fans will never appreciate Andrew Berry because he's not John Dorsey. They made up their mind 6 years ago. They typically want Depot fired too.
Hey man, John Dorsey gets a lot of benefit of the like for as much as people who like find players that Andrew Berry didn't draft, the amount of people who don't point out that he did not draft Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen, like it's kind of like it's so interesting because people think every single player that like Andrew didn't take. Like he could have took Amon-Ra St. Brown in the 4th round this one year, and it's like. We don't do any of that for John Dorsey, and you certainly could do a lot of that for John Dorsey. Guess it's because he ain't the guy with the job. So, you can always just imagine and ignore all the other shit. But, It is fascinating.
Next one is from Brandon Peterson again. Miles Harden, the Browns are good at development. He's been fine.
Defensively, they've been fine at developing players. That's not been an issue. It's been offensive side.
Everything's been on offense, but if you look at like where the resources have been allocated recently, since like Andrew Berry's been here, most of it's been on defense. And like that has to change going forward.
Right, next one is from Cam's Cut Up. She says, "Is Kevin so rigid because of the coaching tree he's from?"
I don't know. I think Kevin's like that.
That's a good question, though. I think.
What tree is he from?
It's the.
It's kind of. Name? He's been on so many trees.
Is it Kubiak?
He's a Kubiak guy for sure.
Pretty sure it's Kubiak, yeah.
Yeah, I think he was technically on like Brad Childress' staff or some shit like that.
Yeah, I think he was Childress too. Yeah, he's Childress, yeah.
But he's a Kubiak guy. At some point, you got to have some flex, though. You know.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to homie Mac who in the chat. Shout out
Mac in the chat. Good Mac.
Who's bad Mac?
The one that was like, Abdul Carter's undersized and not better than
the Buffalo man.
Oh no!
The Buffalo man.
No, Mac Robinson. Homie.
Big shout out, Mac.
Shout out, Mac, man.
All right, next one is from Ray Rags. He says, after falling to 1-5, the Ravens removed the players' ping pong table, video game consoles, basketball hoop, and cornhole boards from the locker room for Baltimore Sun because that's totally the problem.
They doing shit like my dad used to do if I got bad grades on a report card. No PlayStation for $3. No internet. Mandatory study tables. Like, oh boy, if you think the problem was they was playing too much Xbox, brother, the problem is bigger than taking it away. I'm just gonna point that one out there. Honestly, that's the kind of shit that make you lose the locker room. You take away the ping pong table. Why take away the ping pong table? That's what I don't get. You know how much camaraderie gets built on the fucking ping pong table?
A lot.
You know what I mean? That's where they chat. Guys get to know each other. Cole, please have it be breaking news.
Oh no, no way, no way. No way.
What happened?
So I'm gonna tweet something. And you guys just go look at it. Chat, you can look at it too. And you just like,
why are you being so cryptic?
Yeah,
why you talking like the Riddler?
He over here like he a white, like AJ Brown, just hosting the show.
I'm just gonna tweet something.
Nah.
No. Oh my. Hold on, wait.
Hit the group text. Hit the group text. What you know?
Wait. Hold on, wait.
Oh
yeah, it's true. It's true because I just asked someone about it. Wow.
Ooh. Oh, okay. I'm gonna say this. Deals fall apart. It might not get done, but
that was worth you stopping the show.
That
was worth it. Huh. Browns just waive Cade McDonald, wide receiver from injured reserve.
Somebody said I don't use Twitter.
Oh. And well, you find out soon enough if it happens, but huh.
Oh man.
Ooh.
Oh Lord.
Okay.
I just want y'all to know somebody.
This is not on topic, but NFL rumors just put out Deshaun Watson reportedly prefers a coaching change heading into next season. I've never wanted to keep Kevin Stefanski more now.
No one cares. No one cares what NFL rumors have to say.
Nobody cares what Deshaun. Why? Apparently, he's been liking anti-Kevin tweets.
No one cares, man.
I don't care.
Yeah, bro. Let me tell you, don't nobody checking for that.
Hey, listen, I just want y'all to know. I only said that because somebody messaged me and told me to send that. And he better be fucking right. By the way. He better be fucking right. Oh, he better be fucking right.
They better be right.
Because if they not, ooh.
Oh man.
Huh.
That is interesting. That is very very interesting.
Better be fucking right. Oh man.
Y'all want to get the rest of these super chats, or we gonna end the show?
Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and finish.
All right.
Oh man, I know right when I hit upload on this goddamn 6 o'clock video, it's gonna break, and I'm gonna be pissed. This is there. It's going.
All right. This is from Rex Fortune. I joke that deep Podesta is like software developers. People don't always know what they do, but letting them go messes everything up.
Hey, that's the realest shit. That one guy who knows that one area of the code. Some guys you just can't fire. They're critical. And maybe that's deep Podesta. I don't know.
Yeah, but David Miner, he says, Depot is essentially an advisor with a math degree. One example of his work is in salary cap projections, which is usually misattributed to AB. No disrespect to AB, but he's a much better GM with Depot.
Yeah, we can't sit here and be like, wow, the Browns have been able to manage the cap fantastically despite this contract, and be like, we got to fire John DePodesta, who literally, I mean, he's not just a dude with a math degree, right? Like, he is the most respected expert in that field when it comes to analytics. And so it just don't make sense to fire DePodesta, man.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's just, I don't think he's been a problem. I think the problem is just the Browns, they swung and missed at quarterback. That's really, honest to God, that's really the problem. We took a swing on the wrong quarterback, and
about the tweet that Cole put out, got some more info to break. Nothing's official yet, but someone texted me, said, something is brewing, eyes emoji. And the other person said, it's looking like they're just going to, all he said is stay tuned.
I got somebody who somebody from who roots for the Jets that I'm cool with. He's like, please stop, please don't. Please don't. Oh man. Oh dog.
One of us gonna be the call we gotta take. Let's get to the super chat.
Oh shit. Hey, we getting ready to have the greatest Twitter space of all time if this shit happens. Oh
Anyway, let's get through these. All right. Ray Rag says he watched the other guy. Paul was hired to work with Paul and the Sword. That let us keep the Chubb pick and still didn't listen to Paul till 2020. Now he doesn't want to make that mistake again.
Yeah, I would hope. By the way, shout out to Sachi, man. He out there running the Ravens right now, I think. Ain't he?
Yeah. Well, he's not the GM, but he does.
He's
stuff.
doing the Paul DePodesta thing for the Ravens. That's the crazy thing about it. The Ravens are copying what the Browns are doing, and this is the one thing that people want to get rid of the Browns doing. Like, the one thing every other team in the league is like, no, we need to do that. That's the one thing we're like, yeah, man, let's never do this. Let's go back to how it was when we had Hugh Jackson. Like, what the fuck? What are the glory years we're referring to that make us even want to do
Hey, you hear what Domo said?
what?
Domo broke the Jokic move, Cole breaking the G5 move. Damn, Q and Curtis, what y'all gonna contribute?
Cole carrying right now. Cole carrying.
Oh man! Hey, no, if they actually get this trade done, we might have to go back on live.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna hit upload on this video, and then it's gonna fucking go. It's gonna drop right there. Adam Schefter tweet. Like,
Oh man, that's crazy.
Oh
Anyway,
man, it would make my fucking day if they do this. Somebody say Quinn, Q, when you got to do AFC North talk.
6 o'clock, bro.
Oh shit, we got to get out of here.
Yeah, we need to get through these super chats.
yeah,
Because also, like if something happens,
let's speed run through these as fast as we can. So
see, this is why I be
Rex
eating on
Fortune.
stream, by the way. Now all this shit I get about eating on stream, this is why. Okay.
All right, yeah. Rex says Stefanski being racist is funny. He and Barry are essentially best friends. AB's wife said they play board games and listen to Pearl Jam together.
Now again, I will want to be cautious here. Having a black friend does not bar you from racism, right? Like, it's not we should stop using the argument that AB has been around black people in football, a very black space, and that means he's not racist. But what you can't say is there is no demonstrable or there's nothing that you could observe that Kevin Stefanski has done that feels racist. Honestly, it's the opposite, right? Like, he wanted to hang on to Tyler Huntley. Like, stuff like that. So, yeah, I would have used that as the reason for why Kevin isn't racist. Like, I ultimately don't know what's in his heart, but I would say it doesn't seem like that's ever something that has affected his football decisions. I mean, like, we ain't out here running to Bill Belichick. You know, he ain't out here trying to get Mac Jones another shot. Like, Kyle Shanahan is somebody I'm like, I don't know about you, bro.
Oh man,
You got a lot of questionables on that roster. Like,
oh bro, this shit. Oh man.
All right, yeah. Ray Rags, he says, Cove, the Ryan Day is a bitch agenda will be back in full swing if this team can't beat Michigan. I swear on everything. Please don't do this to me.
hey, look,
I want to ask y'all a question. I want to ask y'all a serious question. Am I insane? Because them beating Michigan is more important than anything else.
I'm gonna be real with you. I've been on the number one that kind of wagon. Hey, bro, Ohio State is so good this year that they could lose to Michigan. I don't think it matters.
I need to win.
Cole, now you got Chops tweeting out some cryptic stuff now.
Oh, Chops tweeting cryptic stuff now?
He did the windy thing.
He did the windy thing? Hey, no, I'm about to send it. Hold on. I'm about to send the tweet. I'm about to send the tweet to Chop. I'm about to quote it. Hold on.
I'm about to say, let me send this video.
we gonna speed past these so you can go to AFC North talk. So Ray Rags, he says, do you think if the draft order stays the same, would they use the other first to jump someone to get a QB?
Yeah, I think they would.
Yeah,
I think the Browns, if they identify a franchise guy and there's a gap, I think they'll be as aggressive as possible to go get whoever they want. Yeah, I think especially if like they're not firing anybody this offseason, which I mean, if what I'm thinking is happening is true, it does indicate that there is a little bit more job security there than maybe some thought.
Yeah,
Listen,
but all right.
we'll see.
Yeah, he says, yeah, Ray Rags again. Yeah, okay, Adam, you're one of the worst free agent signings of all time, but okay, talk shit about a rookie quarterback for no reason. He's talking about Adam Archuleta. I don't really care too much about that.
You know what's funny? At the end of the game, Adam Archuleta came all the way full circle, and he was like, Dillon was great today. I'm like, I know what it's like when you just dead set, you think something gonna happen, and then you was wrong, and you got to overcorrect. Yeah, I'd have been there. Mm-hmm.
All right. This is from Brandon Peterson again. Jags start losing and ends up a top 10 pick.
I hope so. Hey, what's up with Jags fans? And I'm just gonna say this because I know we got to speed run through this, but like, what's up with Jags fans and all the cope about trading with Andrew Berry? Like, y'all know y'all came out on the wrong side of these deals.
Hey, bro, I can understand it because we've been there. Okay, we've been there before. They want to believe in their young GM. They all like that. We forget they're all behind Gladstone right now. Like they think he the man. He brought us Travis. Like they still believe. But we see what's on the other side of this trade, and we're like, yo, dog. like is what it is. Also, like they don't understand how much Greg Newsome gonna piss them off just yet. We kind of already know Tyson Campbell gonna piss us off, so our barrier for satisfaction is just lower here.
But also, like Tyson played really well against the Dolphins, and also he's actually playing. Like Greg's played like 36 snaps in Jacksonville.
Yeah,
he's already given up, and he's given up 2 touchdowns in those 36 snaps. Tyson's played like over 100, I think. It's
so strange too because like this is the second time Jacksonville has made an aggressive move, right? Like they're paying way more money for Greg Newsome right now, and they're going to be paying
Tyson too.
Yeah, they're going to be paying dead cap on Tyson. So like they really paid here, and they do all of that just to not have a plan with the guy they bring in. And again, this is why I'm like every sign around the Jacksonville Jaguars that thing ain't really as good as people want it to be. It's just blinking red, right? Like the whole Travis Hunter weirdness. They didn't know what they wanted to do with them. They've been playing them at weird spots. They've gotten better at it. And in this thing where like you trade for Greg Newsome, but you don't have a clear plan for what you want to do for him. Are you just doing shit?
Yeah, like what is the point? What is the point of you not playing Travis and not playing Greg on defense? Like, what is the point?
It's like you made this trade. I'm assuming you're just going to play Travis way more on offense, and just like, or
like
what? Travis into a place on defense where he could be useful, but it's like I don't really get it. Like everybody looking around the league is saying the same thing about these kind of moves. Where it's like I don't understand what their plan was.
I don't know what they're doing. You just kind of did this without a plan. But we don't got time to get hung up on that. Keep going.
We keep going. I got another fucking job to get to.
Yeah, so let's get past these next ones. Alexander says in the video you posted today, I think he's talking about Q. You mentioned about being more efficient with our plays. How much more is it on the players making plays versus the coaching staff schemes?
It's both, but I think Kevin, like in the run game, is really he has to create more efficiency there, right? Like he has to figure out a way to be more efficient than worst in the league, right? Like I think the Browns players are better than that. And I think a lot of the run inefficiency stuff is we're getting stuffed at the one because we're just going out and we're so obvious on offense right now. We're just so many stack format. Like it's just I don't love how we're attacking it for the level of lack of success that we've had, you know?
Yeah. All right. And next one is from Soul Train. He says, hope they keep feeding Judd even without bad weather.
No, they're gonna come out and they're gonna give Judd all the fucking screens this week, a little end around. Like they better give him the ball like 10 times in the first half.
Yeah. All right. Next one is from Ray Rax. Cope, if you're wrong, and this is a reference to the gift that he posted, if you're wrong, you're going to get a strongly worded DM later.
I've already got a couple. As one of the homies has said, you will put your legacy on the line once again.
And next one is from David. He says, Q, you are going to be late for AFC North talk.
They're like, where's Quincy? He's doing another show.
Hey, if they get this alleged deal across the finish line, I will be very excited.
Do you know more details about that?
All I know is that they've talked about it.
Okay.
And they are trying to I think Andrew Berry is doing his best to get that over the finish line.
I don't know why Domo getting on me about me not contributing. I contributed before. I broke the news. Oh, watch, man, they learn the playbook.
Don't take Domo's criticism seriously. We don't.
No, I just saw the chat. I just saw in the group chat. I'm like, no, not in the group chat. I saw on the chat. I'm like, yeah, I contributed.
You ain't gotta actually respond to it. Dabo said I was more watched than Deshaun Watson last year. You think I'm about to sit here and be like, oh, man, what you mean? Like, no, he can't. You just gotta he just get some shit off his eye, bro.
Oh, you can't let that man call you watch. I'm gonna let that disrespect. But anyway,
bro, it's what you gonna do? Respond to it? Argue with him about your watchness? What the fuck that gonna accomplish?
I have no. It's not gonna accomplish nothing.
It's not. You just gonna argue. You gonna be in the black hole with Damo. That's what he wants you to be in the black hole, arguing about nothing for 2.5 hours. It's not. Just let's. All right, man. Does he appreciate the entertainment value he brings? You know, because he does. He says some entertaining shit every once in a while. Not even every once in a while.
Also, the GIF I posted, it's going around. The news, the speculation is going around. It's not just me.
Is Ricky about to tweet?
No, it's all I'm saying is there are people who cover the team and would know things that are also like, yeah, starting to hear some stuff. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but people are hearing some stuff.
Yep. But anyway, I think
we got more.
We gonna see.
That's it.
We're good. We know you got to go do your thing. So
I still gotta get this thumbnail done. Hold on.
Oh man, if this breaks, the fact that people are hearing about this and it's starting to go around now.
It's like now it's like it's too loose to be like normal for them.
Yeah, so like it's all out there now.
It's almost Travis Hunter like, where it's like, remember how it was like everybody knew they were taking Travis, and then boom, right before it's like, no, they're not.
Yeah, something else happened.
Wonder if something like that's going on. I don't know. It's too much. It's a little too leaky now. Like, you know, I'm like,
Everybody knows now.
That's not normal. But it might just be coming from the Jets side, but the Browns don't really fuck with people who leak.
Yeah. It's also like, hey, honestly, that would be like the signal of the fire sale, though. With the Jets, like if that's the first thing they do, like that's like this is the fire sale now.
I know he's gonna get some messages. You called Cleveland first?
Oh man. Oh bro. Listen, whatever they got to do to get this done, it would take a load off my mind going forward if they just got a good wide receiver you didn't have to worry about.
This noise is because they're trading for Quincy Williams. All right, we got another solid linebacker.
Oh my God, I was like, hey man,
I'm like, yeah. we got a Quincy.
I'm like, nah, this is not.
Man, fuck this. I'm like, what this got to do with me, bro? Yeah, actually, I don't want another Quincy being associated with the team because the last time that happened, bro, I got accused of a bunch of shit I ain't say. It was the Quincy Avery stuff.
Oh yeah.
Quincy said this. No, Quincy Avery said that, dog. People still mad at me about shit that Quincy Avery said. Still.
Oh man, it's gonna be funny.
All right, I'm about to hit send on this video. So,
all right, y'all.
Yeah,
we will see what happens.
Yeah, hold on, wait.
Flex on him, Quincy.
No, wrong button. Sorry.
Let that
We just
motherfucker
gonna
know
let
it
it
ain't
ride.
sweet down there.
Your legacy is on the line, Cole.
My legacy is on the line. Officially, my legacy is on the line.
You do not come through. We will have a trial next week.
Oh God! Now Curtis gets to be the judge. Oh, it's terrible.
Curtis prosecuting. I'm judging. Okay. And the report leaking that if you are wrong about this, I'm thinking about you being guilty.
Oh man. Let's see. All right, y'all.
Yeah, Cole. Yeah, let's roll out here.
Yeah, we got to get up out of here because I'm hungry.
Yeah, I'm fucking hungry too. I got to do a whole other show. Hear people, I can't believe Quincy's eating during this show.
All right. I got to make a phone call anyway.
All right, we'll see.
Oh,
See?
It's not.
All right.
Yeah,
That is it for today. Y'all have a good night.
We still alive?